go, where we go. Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go. Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be balling too. I know you seen us falling through. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should have seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's gator haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bread, you talk to the hand. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get the strike. And guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split em. LN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shit, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. Let me get the shout outs out the way. All things peace and blessings, King. Terrell Davis. Peace and blessings, King. My guy, Expensive Paper. Bomb Squad in the building. Peace and blessings. The beautiful Ariana. Peace and blessings, Queen. Bullet Gibson. Peace and blessings, King. Let's see. Cash Crypto. Salute. Peace and blessings, King. That whole boy. Peace and blessings, King. Coach Amber. Peace and blessings, Queen. What's going on today? Key gonna be a little bit late, but hey, we get the party started. Y'all know how it be. We go through this every day. Y'all know how women time is. We ain't gonna act like it's gonna be something different. So I'm gonna drop this link. We're about to get into a lot of stuff today. Let's try to get this thing moving. First off, the name of this show right here is Floyd Did It, so Devin can too, right? So I'm gonna tell you something, right? We sitting there saying we want the best to fight the best. Yes, we want the best to fight the best. I want the best to fight the best. I've been wanting to see Tank versus Devin for the longest. I ain't gonna lie. That was one of my dream fights. And now I feel like that fight ain't gonna happen. And people like, well, it can happen, Yeah, it could happen, but it ain't gonna happen. Because one, that means somebody has to give into the other, right? And the way Bill Haney moving, he's not trying to put his son at a disadvantage, right? And Devin's biggest advantage, and I'm not gonna lie, the man has skill. He has boxing ability. We're not gonna say he don't, because the man can box his little ass off. Anybody that say he can't, they fucking hating. And that's just real talk. If you saying Devin Haney's not a boxer, then you just hating on boxing. You just hating on that young man. That man can box beautifully. That's what he is. He's a boxer. He's a pugilist. He's a practitioner of the sweet science. But he's not no puncher. You got boxers, then you have boxer punchers. You have Mexican brawlers. You have all types of people that get in the ring and engage, right? So Devin knows his strong suits. Now Tank is a boxer and a boxer puncher, right? Tank can get in, and if he can't outbox you, he has that equalizer. He has that one-shot killer, that thing that'll sit there and short circuit. Yeah, it'll short circuit you. Like, boom, it's over with. It's short circuit. It's game time, right? Devin doesn't have that, so he has to be cautious. Now, people might say it's not true, but honestly, when Devin fought Lomachenko, that was a perfect show of what I was talking about. And you can say what you want. If Devin and Lomachenko was the same size in that fight, right? And I mean, it's not Devin's fault that Loma's so small. But if Lomachenko and Devin was the same height, Loma would have won that fight. If they was the same height, same size, and you can say what you want to say. I speak logically. I keep it all the way 100. Devin's size is what got him out that fight. The fact that he has size and the fact that he has skill. Like they say, a skilled big man will always beat a skilled little man every day of the week. Every day of the week. Harlem Hemp, peace and blessings, King. Now, yes, that's a fact. A skilled big man will always be the skilled little man. Now, people keep telling Javante he need to go up to 140. He need to go up to 140. All right. Well, you know, Bullet, you say if they would have fought when Devin first came to Loma, Devin still was much bigger than Loma, though. But Bullet, the last fight, I'll probably say that Devin was a little weight drained. But what I'm saying is if they was the same size in that last fight, Loma would have destroyed him, honestly. Loma was too quick. He had too much footwork, and he was doing what he had to do. Right? And who's to know what would have happened when they first fought? I don't know. Planet 619, exactly. OTB, salute, King. All I'm just sitting there saying is I go off what I see. I'm a realist. Anybody fighting Loma the same size, it's a problem. But to be honest, Loma was also older than these people. Loma was in the Olympics beating on 18 and 19-year-olds when he was 26 years old. So we can use that as well. Like, nigga, you had all this experience. You done had over 400 damn fights. Salute, frequent fire, peace and blessings. So that's another thing. Loma done fought over 400 people. But OTB, my guy, peace and blessings, King. What I'm going to say is everybody's so quick to tell Tank to move up. Now, we talking logically here, right? Tank going up to 140 to fight Devin, right? He would have beat the shit out of him, Bullet. He would have beat the damn shit out of Loma. I think Rigo came up almost 3 pounds. 3 weight classes. Planet 619. Lomachenko is a natural 130 pounder. That's what way he should stay at 130. He started 126, but 130 was his weight. Yeah, but yeah, Rigondeaux and Loma was the same size. It would have been curtains. And people always bring up the fact that Tank went up and fought Barrios, right? Yeah, he did. And he struggled. Tank, if you ever watched Tank fight, Tank was a lot faster than what he was in that Barrios fight. And see, that's what I be trying to explain to people. You have something called your perfect weight, like your prime weight. Like, you got to wait where you come up to where your body gets its maximum efficiency, right? Then when you step over that line, that's when you start to decline. Like Roy Jones, he went up, Thomas Hill, peace and blessings, King. Roy Jones went up and fought John Ruiz at heavyweight, like we was talking about earlier. Roy Jones seen that heavyweight was too much for him. It was too much for his body. His power couldn't carry that far. I think Roy's best weight was super middleweight. He fought at light heavyweight and he won belts at light heavyweight, but Shane Fraser, peace and blessings. But his punching power wasn't the same at light heavyweight. He knocked out about 50% of his opponents, but that's going from 100% knockout percentage, basically. Like before before light heavyweight, Roy was putting everybody to sleep, except for James Toney, right? But you got to realize Roy went past his prime at 175. And see, Roy at 175 would be like Bud at 154. See, because Bud, 147 is Bud's ideal condition. Now, with Bud going up to 154, he's going to be on a decline because his body ain't made for 154. Yeah, Planet 619, Roy was a big middleweight, but he pushed himself up 3 classes more. Because Roy started at 154, then 160, 168, then 175, then heavyweight. But like Bud, 154 would be Bud's downside. And here go my illustrious host in the building. I'm gonna let her do her shout outs and then we continue.
Hey, hey everybody. Shout out to everybody that's here. Um, Shout out to Terrell Davis, Thomas Hill. What does JBT stand for? I always see these acronyms. I'm like, what do all of this stuff stand for? Queen Ariana in the building, frequent flyer, Bullet Gibson, Planet 619. Yo, I really enjoyed listening to Bullet and Frequent yesterday on KO's channel. Y'all was cooking up there. OTB, shout out to you. TWT. See, what are all of these acronyms? Like frequent flyer RC. What does that? I don't be knowing none of this stuff. I'm like behind in the YouTube lingo. Hey Rick. I think that's everybody. I think All Things is in here as always. I think he's in here, but shout out to y'all, man. Go ahead, Upper. I didn't mean to interrupt or cut off on the good. I don't know what you were talking about because I just joined.
Nah, I'm letting you do your intro first because then I'm gonna let you get in this conversation with me. So go ahead.
Okay, so I'm done. Shout out to everybody. Hope you're having a blessed day. Well, let me just say this first. Today I am Canelo to the BS. Canelo said he is the king. Okay, he ain't gotta do nothing. So that's how I feel right now. I'm Canelo to the BS. I see you, but I don't see you. I hear you, but I don't hear you. You feel me? So shout out to Canelo because I like that. He said, "God damn it, he the king. He ain't trying to hear nothing what y'all got to say." That's what he just said. So I feel him. I got my shades on too, Canelo. I don't see no evil, hear no evil. Period. So shout out to Canelo. I think everybody should be doing what The new word for the day is what would Canelo do? WWCD. What would Canelo do? But go ahead, Upper.
You funny. And Key, I told you what the winning team was the last time.
Oh, that's I keep forgetting.
It's
I
the
keep
B
forgetting. Okay, the
team or
winner. So then, what
WWC.
does JBT mean, or JB,
Just
or
boxing talk. Just
Just
oh,
boxing talk.
oh, frequent hating in. Frequent says something about bias talk. Freaking, you always frequent through a shade. Um, did y'all see Abel Sanchez say that David hasn't earned a shot at Canelo? Of course, y'all know Canelo finna. Y'all know how Canelo is. But like Canelo said, I'm the king. He gotta wear. He got his shades on right now. Y'all gonna leave Canelo alone now. Now I get on him a lot on a lot of things, but I'm a still, you know what I'm saying? I'm still back Canelo now. I'm still back him a little bit. Now when it comes to Benavidez, I ain't got too much of a leg to stand on. I ain't got too much of a leg to stand on. Canelo got to fight that man. Now out of all of them, I don't even care about the Devin and Tank talk. Out of all of these boys, the most anticipated fight and the one that's the most apparent is Canelo versus Benavidez. Ain't nothing else to be taught. Like Benavidez has done everything he possibly could to get that fight. So if anything, Benavidez should be the one saying Canelo, 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 Canelo. You feel me? He didn't got put through the ringer, but I agree though. But how you doing, Thomas?
I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. I've been blessed to see another day. The sun is shining. Nice and about, wouldn't see 65 degrees over there, sunny skies. On top of that, Devin the Dream Haney put on a fantastic performance. One that I didn't expect to go exactly the way it planned out, but I did see him winning a decision if it went that way. Only way I figured Regis could win is if he could make it an ugly fight, get up and close and personal, and throw some stuff that he didn't see or couldn't deal with. But that didn't happen. He put on a beautiful performance. I mean, he boxed within the pocket, but also on the axis. He was moving around. He looked like a gyroscope out there, just going around in
He
circles.
played follow the leader. That shit was follow the leader out there.
Man, it was follow the leader, and I think like it reminded me so much of how Sugar Ray Leonard goaded Marvin Hagler to fight a fight that he should not have fought. It reminded me so much of how Thomas Hearns went in there and fought a fight that he shouldn't have fought against Hagler, and it just was a lot worse, man. He didn't lose a round. I didn't see him lose a round, and if there were swing rounds, I mean, you can only virtually give it to him by way of being a champion. But Devin Haney, by all accounts, commanded the whole damn ring. He hit him with the cleaner, more effective punches. He definitely was the better ring general in there. He was aggressive, man. I mean, he was passive aggressive, but he was aggressive still nonetheless. And then on top of that, he had excellent defense. I mean, my man was pump faking a double jab and then shuffling it with it. Like that just didn't look right. So whatever he tried to do,
somebody, right?
You said what?
Let me run somebody, Tommy. The man had a jab. The man couldn't get in close, so the man just kept his distance and kept pot shot the man trying to come in. That's what happened.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hold on one second, Tommy. Hold on one second. Zoomverse. They raised the limit of clenbuterol, so now it's okay for them to eat that. Canelo's allowed to eat the clenbuterol meat now because they raised the legal limit for him. Go ahead, huh?
So, like, all props to Devin Haney, man. I mean, a fantastic performance. Way to stick to the game plan. Always disciplined. It was a little disappointing that he quit in the ring, man. I mean, damn, I think the corner should have just called the damn fight because he didn't want to fight after a while. He took the fight.
Devin should have finished. That's what separates good great fighters.
It's in the cards for Dev to finish, man. But
you say what?
I don't believe it's in the cards for Dev to finish. I just don't think.
I mean, he could have. If he turned up the gas, he could have finished him.
I think it's not on the level of Shakur, but he don't want to get clipped. He don't want to get clipped. And so
he had
you
already
know
beat the fight out that man.
he
That
did,
man was
man. You
by the
definitely
8th,
did.
9th round. That man right there he had been thoroughly
He was
outclassed.
going through the motions. Yeah, he was just going through the motions.
He
You
was
could
just
see
going
it.
through the motions to end the damn fight. Devin thoroughly outclassed that man. He beat the heart out of him, and all Devin had to do was put them punches together, and the ref would have stopped that shit.
Yeah,
Because Regis couldn't reach him.
Yeah, and that's what would have happened.
Huh?
That's what would have happened if he would have put the pressure on him. The ref would have stopped it.
Yeah, because Regis couldn't reach him. All Regis was doing was sitting there taking. Regis was a damn heavy bag. He was sitting there taking the punishment. All they had to do.
Yeah, fantastic.
All Devin should have had to do was clip him a couple more times and it'd have been over.
You right about that, and I think the way that Jeff.
Hey, Freak, hold on, Thomas. Freak, we can't get the clenbuterol, bro. We can't do it. It has to be in Mexican-based fighters because it's so-called in their meat. It's in their meat supply, so they're allowed to have it in their system. If a black fighter or any other fighter get caught with it, then they're going to get caught for performance enhancing.
You know damn well.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Huh?
You know damn well if a black fighter get caught with it, they gonna.
Oh yeah, if anybody get caught, it's fucked up.
But yeah, and you could tell that he was having a healthy dose of that damn pollo asada and carne asada, man. Because that man in that last fight, that dude looked like
yeah, he didn't sit down versus Charlo.
Man, not at all. That boy back.
And that's the only way I said Charlo had a chance to win is when Canelo get tired, he got to put it on him. But hell, Canelo didn't sit down the whole damn 36 minutes. He stood up the whole fight.
It was frightening, man. It was really frightening.
I said, damn, he looked like Pacquiao versus Thurman. When Pacquiao had all that energy versus Thurman.
After giving, dap to Dev for the performance and to his fans and all the, especially his true fans and those Haneyites, I want nothing more than Tank versus Devin. I'm sorry. I feel that way.
Well, it's not going to happen, Thomas, because Devin is not coming down to 135.
I don't think he should. This is what I really should.
Okay, if you don't think he should, Thomas, we're not going to do that. If you don't think he should, Tank's done been up 3 divisions already. When he fought Mario Barnes at 140, he said he's not comfortable there. Devin had a chance to fight him at 135 after the Loma fight. But he signed to fight Regis 6 months ago. Tank is the A side. We're not asking Canelo to go do that, so let's keep the same energy. Tank said he wanted to fight that man when they was having discussions for the Camboso fight. The man could have paid step aside the Cambosos to fight Tank. He didn't. He always calls out Tank when he has a fight lined up. The man had no fight lined up after the Ryan Garcia fight. He could have stayed there and waited for the fight. They didn't. So we're not going to sit there and ask for Tank to move up his 4th division. That's like asking Devin to go to 154. Let's stop doing that. It ain't what we want. It's what the fighter's comfortable with. So you want him to go up there and be at a disadvantage. The man just said he can't be his best at 140. I want to see them both at their best. He had a chance to fight him at his best at 135. And he said he was coming back down to defend his belts. That's what he said, right?
Yeah, he also said.
So let's hold people to what they say.
He also said he was going to knock Regis out. We know that wasn't going to happen. We could tell. Honestly, I said we know that never was going to happen. He also said he was going to knock Regis out.
We don't say shit you don't mean then, bro. We got to start. My man Earl Spence, he says what he say. You feel me? That's what I'm saying, Bullet. We sitting here talking about that fight. It's not going to happen. And I hate talking about shit.
It very well may not happen, but I believe there is a way that it can happen because I don't even think at 140 he can beat Tank up.
Hey, Nick
that being said, I would give him the 140 weight. I would
Nick J, that's a good fight right there. 2025. Nick J. But he got to fight Shakur first. He got to fight Shakur first. I'm not trying to see you fight a motherfucker that just came up from 118 to 122 to 127. I want to see you fight people in your division. I'm tired of this shit.
I hear you, and I want to hold people like you said, hold people to their standards.
Yeah, fight these motherfuckers in the division.
He want to fight Devin. He want to fight Shakur. He want to fight Loma. I don't really want to see the Loma fight, but I mean,
Loma fight would be a good fight. They're the same size. Loma be fight, but he has Shakur right there in his division. He has Zepeda in his division that's undefeated. It's Muratalo right there. It's Frank Martin right there. There's no reason. I better not get an Eastside Cruz fight. This man beat that some bitch with one hand. And I hear people talking about he needs a rematch. What the fuck he got a rematch Eastside Cruz for? He beat that some bitch with one hand 9-3.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, damn, let's make these people fight the fight. Like, Shakur talking all that shit. Y'all both say y'all can box. Somebody get in there and lose that goddamn shit.
For sure.
Well, I think with Shakur, it's a lot of fights lined up for Shakur to take that Bob Arum wants to happen. And so it's going to be interesting to see the mix up with Loma and Kambosos. I would rather, of course, it be Shakur and Tank, but it's looking like none of that stuff is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff is really going to happen in 2024 right away.
And with Devin and the way he looked at 130, 140, I mean, Sabrina Matias, that's a good fight, but hell, we need to see Devin versus Shakur, right?
Yeah. I
feel like Devin versus Richardson Hitchison is a more technical fight than Devin versus Shakur. The African, his ass, he fights like Shakur, and the man is a great boxer. And I feel like the winner between Devin versus Shakur, versus Richardson Hitchison, I feel like that is the top boxer at 140. But honestly, I mean, we got Sabrina Matias, he's a hell of a fighter. We got Ryan Garcia, but you see, Richardson Hitchison is in line to fight Sabrina Matias after he beats Catterall, who really beat Josh Taylor. But Richardson Hitchison, he's going to destroy Catterall, even though Catterall is a one-punch fighter. All he throws is one fucking punch. That's why he lost to Josh Taylor, even though he won. He doesn't commit when he fights, and I hate watching that bastard fight. Like, it's not even down. I'm sorry, but it's not even sweet science. The man sits back and he throws a one. He throws a one. He sits there and throws one. Sometimes two. Don Drickum. I feel like they are better than T.O., honestly. I feel like Richardson Hitchison give T.O. trouble. And I feel like Devin's too big and he can keep T.O. back. Honestly, I mean, we do realize T.O. did lose to Sandor Martin. And T.O. did lose to Kambosos. We're not going to go past the fact that T.O. did not beat Sandor Martin. And that's what Devin
Haney. Not to mention T.O.
Yeah, Devin Haney has to fight Sandor Martin next because that's his mandatory. But we're not going to act like T.O. Fimo ain't running from Arnold Barbosa Jr. He begged not to fight Arnold Barbosa Jr., who was his mandatory. He begged not to fight that man because his style matchup is too bad. But Devin was trying to fight Arnold Barbosa, so we're not going to act like that. I mean, I know it's your opinion, but I'm just telling you. Richardson Hitchison and Devin Haney are the best fighters at 140. And I'm just being honest. Those two are the best fighters at 140. And if Richardson Hitchison gets to Sabrina Matias first, y'all going to see. Matias got a hell of a style, but if you can't get to that person, it's going to be over with. I'm just being honest. And Devin, he's rejuvenated right now. Yeah, exactly right, David. Sandor Martin was, man, he was knocking T.O. down. He knocked him down twice. He made that man ask.
No way he lost that fight. There's no
that man know he lost that fight because he asking people, do I still got it? Come on, man. T.O.'s decent. I mean, he's pretty good. He beat a washed out Josh Taylor. We're not gonna act like Josh Taylor didn't just get outclassed by Catterall. We're not gonna act like that didn't happen. Now I give him credit for the win, but Josh Taylor is just like Regis Prograis. They've been at 140 too long. Josh Taylor is also 5'11", and he's been working at. He barely made it versus Catterall. So when he fought T.O., y'all see how slow that man was. And I mean, we just gonna keep it 100. Oh yeah, I ain't taking that away from him. He's a good fighter, but like I said, I feel like the best two fighters at 140 is Richardson Hitchison and Devin Haney.
Well,
that's how I feel. Being honest.
For a fact, there's history between Hitchison, so they might.
Yeah, they got history together. They got history together.
Yeah, for sure, and especially since he's not that hard of a hitter. Matias, I don't know. It looked like the spin cycle's already going for.
But you know something, Zepeda, Thomas. You know Zepeda is one of the hardest hitters at 140. They said it right. I ain't talking about Zepeda at 135. I'm talking about Zepeda at 140. Richardson Hitchison just got in there with the hardest hitter Zepeda and did something. I don't know, Nick J, but I know he was in there with the hardest hitter, Zepeda, and he did Zepeda dirty up in there. I don't know what his chin looked like, but you got to get him. I seen him do that motherfucker Superstorm. What's his name, Key? Superstorm Johnson. The
Oh
damn
yeah, Thunderstorm.
yeah, Thunderstorm. The one that claimed that he beat Devin and Shakur. He beat that nigga 8-2. Beat the shit out that man in the ring. So I don't know what his power like and what his chin like, but I know he be beating the shit out of people. He be outboxing. He's a pure boxer. I feel like
it'd be a good fight with Dev. It would be a great fight. That's true. But I don't know if like does he have a belt? Does Hitchinson? I mean, Hitchinson have a
he's
belt?
about to fight Catterall for the Matias mandatory.
Oh, okay. So if he gets that belt,
I told you Ryan Garcia needs about 2-3 more fights. I'll be watching his ass spar. He needs some more fights. It took Charlo 3 fights before he was into that Derrick James groove. But I don't want to see Ryan fight no damn bullshit people. Ryan need to fight somebody like Zapata or Baranchek. He need to fight somebody that's a fighter. I mean, if you're gonna get better, you need to fight better competition. I'm tired of everybody fighting these bullshit ass fights. Or Ryan Garcia can go for that belt. He can go fight the winner of Barroso and O'Hara Davies to get that intern to fight Rolly for the belt. Because Rolly is waiting on Ryan Garcia. Everybody know it. Rolly, he acting like he injured because O'Hara Davies is mandatory. That's why he went injured. Because he even said it that O'Hara Davies is fucking up his check. So the winner of O'Hara Davies and Barroso is gonna fight Ryan Garcia. And then Ryan Garcia gets the if Ryan Garcia wins, then he fights Rolly. Yeah, Duarte was a good fight too. Oscar was trying to get him to get beat, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, that was a very tough fight. That dude is durable. And on top of that, he is nothing but sheer. He's like Sting. He just pressuring you the whole damn time. He was getting to Ryan too, man. You know, Ryan just caught at that boy with that hook, and you know, it was after that it was over. But yeah, I agree, man. You know, I just see, you know, I'm old guard.
Well, you know something, Dante Hall. Ramirez don't want to fight no damn body because Regis have been calling out Ramirez. Ramirez don't be want to fight nobody. But Ryan needs to get his get back with Rolly because Rolly beat the shit out of Ryan that day in sparring.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Ryan said that shit. Let me see if I can find it. Ryan Garcia was mad as hell about O'Hara Davies being his mandatory. Let me see if I can find it. Y'all go ahead, Key. What Key say?
She was asking what I was about to say. I was gonna say, as far as like the fights that's going inter-promotional between Top Rank and PBC, it can only happen if it's a lower tier fighter where Top Rank can control the business model. Because if it ever goes where it's a high-end fight, then it's going to be controlled by PBC. And we know that the PBC business model is the fighter gets the lion's portion of the proceeds because they're going to be putting the work. We're going to promote it, and you're going to go in there and trust that this promotion is going to deliver. And you get the back-end money. And see your boy, Aram, he's used to getting that back-end money. He's used to paying them what they agreed to and then giving them back.
Hey, that whole boy, is that you back there?
Oh, my bad.
Nah, I see that whole boy back there. I'm trying to figure out.
Him. Is it DAT, capital DAT, and in space a lowercase h?
Yeah, it is, but you know they could.
I feel you. But yeah, I believe that, you know, that's why those fights won't be made, because he don't want his people seeing the money that they actually can make, and then especially because you know that people are coming to an end of their contract. But like I was telling my boy yesterday, like his cousin is Abdullah Mason, and I was telling him like, yo, man, he really need to go on out there and fight under one of them like lower card levels and fight with other fighters, because you might get a chance to see how things work elsewhere, because they should really be pushing him as a superstar, and he's not getting that promotion like that.
You know something? Hold on, Thomas. Hey, Ray Davis, I'm not forgetting Gary Antoine Russell. I'm not forgetting that Francis Bartholomew fight either. Gary Antoine Russell, he's decent. And you know something? It's been talks of Gary Antoine Russell fighting Tank at 135, because Gary Antoine Russell last fight was at 130. Well, he was 137, and he said he can make 135 easily. And I feel like Gary Antoine Russell and Tank, that'd be a good little scrap for as long as it lasts. But Gary Antoine Russell, he's pretty good, but he ain't got shit for Tank. Tank will outclass that man and catch that man coming in, honestly. Like, I want to see Tank. This is what I'm saying. Yes, Ray Davis. Ray Davis, if you watch Gary Antoine Russell style, Postall stalled him out a little bit. Bartholomew stalled him out. Gary Antoine Russell is good, Ray, against. I mean, yeah, I said it's a good little scrap for a minute, but it's not going to last long, Ray Davis. Gary Antoine Russell is decent, bro. He's good. He's decent. He's decent for Tank. But Tank is levels, bro. It's levels.
But
exactly, Rick Timms. Rick Timms telling me what I just said, Ray. Rancis Bartholomew boxed the shit out of Gary Antoine Russell. They basically stole that fight from Rancis. Honestly, as soon as he hurt Rancis, they stopped it. They stopped the fight. They had to hurry up and stop it. That man wasn't hurt like that. But Tank is a better boxer than Rancis. Tank will get in there with Gary Russell. Gary Russell too young, and he's been fighting the same type fights. You feel me? And Gary Russell will be one of the same type fighters versus Tank. I want to see Tank against a person that's like a pure boxer. I want to see Tank against a person that go lateral, that don't try to knock him out, that tries to outpoint him, outbox him. Like I said, like a Shakur or like a Devin or like a Hutchinson. I want to see Tank get in there with somebody that can outbox. You feel what I'm saying? Every time I see Tank, he's the better boxer, and he got the most power. I want to see somebody on the level as Tank that makes it boom, boom. Exactly, J.A. Dixon. That Victor Postall stoppage was weak as shit, but they gave it to him. Like, I would rather see Gary Russell Jr. versus other than Antoine Russell. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Gary Russell Jr. gives Tank a better fight than his brother, the knockout artist. Because Gary Russell is a boxer, if you understand what I'm saying. Flawless mentality. Peace and blessings, King. Go ahead, Key.
Oh, nothing. Thomas, go ahead, because I was listening to what Thomas didn't finish his point. Go ahead, Thomas.
Well, yeah, I was merely just saying that, the fight between Top Rank and PBC fighters virtually won't happen unless it's lower level fighters that don't command big paydays. The ones that command big paydays is going to be underneath the model of business that PBC controls and uses, and they're going to see the amount of money that can be made off the fight, that does get made off of fights, that they don't see over there at Top Rank, because Bob Arum pockets that. They only get what they sign to or agree to. Like the fight will be big. The proceeds that come in will be greater than what they've ever been exposed to, and then it's going to be like, yo, what are we really doing here, man? We ain't getting promoted, for one. They don't promote us well. They don't give us the pay that we deserve, and on top of that, man, we ain't fighting. We fighting scripted fights. Like most of the fights they fight are like match made. So you go over to PBC, you get the chance to get your bread the way you should do. You get promoted, and you get lined up with fights. So I don't think that those fights are going to be virtually possible, because it expired. And I think Terrence Crawford is the one who broke the camel's back with that, because he was under the banner of Top Rank. He know what he was getting paid under Top Rank. Then he saw what he got paid in that one fight with Errol Spence, and it surpassed everything he's done he's amassed in his whole career. That was an eye-opening experience, and one I know he shared with Shakur.
Yeah, I feel you with that. That whole boy, welcome. What you got to cook on, King?
Hold on, before he get in,
Yo.
Before you get started, let me just say one thing, bro. You say what I think about the gold medalist Cruz being called out by the silver Keyshawn, Ray Davis. Well, when Andy Cruz first got here, he called out Keyshawn, and Keyshawn really don't want them type of problems. This is Andy Cruz's second fight. He came into the game fighting 10-round fights. This is his second 10-round fight. This man knows Keyshawn very well. He done whooped Keyshawn ass about 8 times. Keyshawn got no wins. He's done beat Keyshawn through the averages. He stopped Keyshawn's gold medal twice. So Keyshawn knows who he is, and he said he's coming for Keyshawn. That's who he wants. Keyshawn's really not trying to see this man. This man's getting better each fight. He training with Boots and Bozianis. Now we've seen his
Oh,
first
shit.
fight. Now this second fight, he's stopping people. Andy Cruz is a monster. And 135, I want to see Andy Cruz fight about 4 or 5 more fights. But if he beats Keyshawn and then he give me a couple good more fights, hell, I'd like to see him versus Tank. Honestly.
Yeah,
I would like to
Well,
see if he goes out there and beats the hell out of Keyshawn, I would like to see him versus Tank. But I want him to get a few fights in, though. I want him to at least get 5 or 6 fights if he goes out there and beat Keyshawn, though. But go ahead, Key. And I mean, that whole.
Oh, all right. What's going on with y'all, man? Salute to y'all, man. Shalom, King. I only came up because of me and Coach Amber was having a dialogue, and I didn't feel like typing a long ass response and stuff. So I really don't want to see Tank and Shakur fight unless Shakur is going to commit to his offense, man. I do not want to see another performance like that. I know he's going to be scared of that man when he comes swinging. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody keep talking about cutting his ring off, and we as boxing fans, we know it's hard to cut the ring off squared up. Taking a half a step or a step forward is hard to cut this ring off or close the distance. You know what I'm saying? This I understand you can't anticipate a jumping bean though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know something? I used to box, man. Sometimes it's like that, and I would like to see Tank fight something like that. Like we've seen where Tank don't have to look for the opponent. I want to see if Tank can close the gap, and finish him, because there's a way you close it where your opponent can't get past you. But go ahead.
That's true. But we already know a lot of these fighters' footwork suck. A lot of them. It's not just a handful. It's a bunch of them. Even top names' footwork suck. They need to get back to the basics for real. If you want me to be honest, a lot of these fighters need to get back to the basics. They need to be hollering at Derrick James to get back to the basics, because they just off the footwork alone, you're not going to win fights if you cannot close distance, if you cannot cut the ring off. You're not going to win these fights with fighters like Devin, Shakur, even Edwin. I seen a couple of his fights before he fought Shakur, and I'm like, God damn, this boy has skills. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, we got to break this down.
Did you see when he fought William Foster third?
Oh man, I was surprised at this little dude, and his footwork, his skills, and how he sets his shit up. And he does set traps, and he was trying to set a trap with Shakur that fight. Shakur, the one that was not committing, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on this, man. I believe, what I've seen, I believe Shakur lost that fight only because he did not commit. There only one round.
I feel like Edwin took off the last 2 rounds. If Edwin didn't take off the last 2 rounds, then we could have gave it to him. But another fight you can watch.
I gave him 12.
Watch Edwin De Los Santos versus William Foster III, where he got his first loss.
Okay.
My boy William Foster was boxing his ass up, and he came real good after that fight. But go ahead.
No, I mean, listen, this is why I'm locked in on this channel and a couple other channels, because some of the things I fall short on, y'all definitely help pick me up on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is about. Each one teach one, right? I didn't know a lot about Edwin until Shakur announced he was fighting him. Then I started doing some research on him.
You didn't see what he stopped in
I ain't gonna cap. I did not. I didn't.
Damn,
I ain't gonna cap.
Damn, whole what?
Yeah, I'm a busy man. I'm really hard work out here. You know what I'm saying? So when I catch fights or when I do lock in on fights, man, I'm all the way in. But when I can't, I just can't, bro. You know what I mean? I travel for work and all that kind of stuff. So sometimes I can't lock in. And it's not the same, you know, listening to it than watching it. I want to watch it because sometimes, you know, these commentators are very biased. So I prefer to watch it. And I could do my own little homework and film study and all that, but I'm not in this making money, so I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to cap to you. I'm not going to do that. But the fights that I do know about and fighters I do know about, I mean, I speak facts. I'm not a feeling based kind of dude. You know what I'm saying?
You don't work off.
Shakur didn't control. He was not the ring general in that fight. When he resorted to throwing elbows in the clinch, I knew Edwin had that man frustrated. And if Edwin can do that, I already know what fucking Tank gonna do to that man. You understand what I'm saying? These are the things I'm looking at. I mean, his footwork is beautiful.
Round. You should look at that second round when he caught Shakur to that body.
I seen it, and that overhand. He caught him with an overhand too. But
that's what put him on his bicycle.
Hey, Coach Amber, I want to say I put the link down for you, Coach Amber. Go ahead.
Y'all, I'm gonna put the link up. Let me say one thing real quick in response.
I did it, Thomas, bro.
Oh, okay. Yo,
go ahead and speak your shit, Thomas.
When I said, Shakur, I believe he's a fantastic fighter. I believe he also don't want to take no punishment too. So that's why we saw what we saw. But in regards to what I said regarding PBC and top ranked fighters, I meant upper echelon, high profile fighters, the one who command putting butts in seats. Those are the people where they're gonna see the difference in the business model that is going on at play between Top Rank and ESPN and PBC and wherever platform they're on, because the money goes so much more to the fighters. Ask Crawford. If you ever get a chance to ask Crawford, ask him if he has anything that he got. Mickey Fricky can't fight.
I would never ask that man a question
unless it's a big fight. Though before it was, you know what? I'll fight anybody. Now it got to make sense. Like I only want a big fight. Right now, it's a lose-lose for me if I fight this fight. But this fight right here is a mega fight because he got mega bank off that one fight and amassed more money he has made in one fight than in his entire career. That's the reason why people name their children from different cultures after Al. It's the reason why they thank Al second to God, because this man sets them up financially so that they don't have to struggle no more. Where over there, Top Rank, you fighting for your next paycheck. And you shouldn't be, especially when you are, quote unquote, on the verge of stardom. So that's why them fights with those people won't take place. The lower level, the Gary Russells who ain't getting paid a grip, the Sean Porters who ain't getting paid a grip, we can work with that budget. But when you bring it in money where one fighter can make 50 million, the other can make 30 million, you think Bob want to let that ish go? Hell no. You can get 10 million. He can get 7. I'm getting the rest. That's what I meant.
Alrighty, okay. Coach Amber, welcome up, Queen. What you got for me?
Oh no, I just wanted to get on to, same thing. That whole boy it's a lot to type. So I understand like what you're saying, like as far as like, okay, you don't want to see Shakur get in there and run around the ring. I understand that as a fan, but on the flip side of that, I feel like I don't want to give him an out. I don't want to give either one of them an out not to make the fight. That's number one. And number two, this means you're both going to have to actually show me what's in your toolbox. Because if Shakur runs around the ring, he's going to catch backlash, just like how he did De Los Santos. But Tank is going to, he's at least should be able to get backlash for not being able to cut off the ring. And I understand what you're saying, like that it's hard to cut off the ring, but if you don't know how to cut off the ring, that's on you and that's on your trainer, because there are several different ways to cut off the ring. You can cut off the ring with your jab, you can cut off the ring with your foot placement. Hell, you can cut off the ring by just taking a few shots to get close.
But
and
coach, I'm sorry, coach. Hold on. I gotta address something. What did Shakur do when Edwin just fainted? He didn't throw a punch, he just fainted at this man.
He almost
jumped out the ring.
But guess what?
Now we talking about a man.
Let me address that. When he jumped like that, if Edwin De Los Santos with a pivot or a hop step forward, he would have been right there and he could have banged that man. And Tank is quick enough, and it's about your footwork and the way he hopped. He also has to land.
I'm with you, right, bro? I'm with you, bro. Shakur is very fucking fast. Shakur is fast. I believe. I know.
Oh boy, hold on, bro. Hold on.
I know you did, bro.
Between good and great. You feel me? You have to be able to do that. Because like Karen Kukadashi did against Boots Ennis. Boots had to chase that man all the way around because Boots didn't cut that man off. And if Tank,
he cut him off a couple times. He just couldn't keep it up, bro.
Let me land it. If Tank, what we say he is, the Tank should be able to cut that ring off. The ring is a square. It has 4 corners. You can stop a person in that corner. You can stop it. You could cut the ring off. You can make that ring. Look at Earl Spence. Earl Spence will make that fucking ring small as shit, and you can't go nowhere. And if they try to go to the right, you throw that down right. I mean, if they try to go to the left, you right hook them. They try to go to the right, you left hook them. There's ways to keep them there. You take the body.
I get that.
You hit the hips.
I get that, right, bro? Listen, right? We are talking about these new style fighters. We're not talking about these old school fighters. I'm going off what I'm seeing in boxing right now. I can't go off with the 90s or the early 2000s or the 80s. And I got to go in 2020.
This is pure fundamentals. This has nothing to do with new school, old school. This is just pure fundamentals.
These boxers these days are not showing they got fundamentals.
Earl does it, bro.
I'm not talking about Earl. I'm an Earl fan. I'm not talking about Earl. We are talking about.
But Tank and Earl can cut the ring off, so we can't say that. It's part of fundamentals.
I'm not saying they can't.
Making excuses. Cutting off the ring and jabbing is the first things you learn. The jab and the cut off the ring. No, matter of fact, I'm sorry.
Facts.
Breathing is the first thing you learn when you box. Then it's cutting off the ring and it's jabbing.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they don't know how to. I'm not saying that. But we are talking about these young fighters that are agile, that are afraid to commit. So the first thing they're doing is running, in my personal opinion. And I'm talking about Shakur only right now. I'm not going to add nobody else in this. This is how he fights. This is not a one-time war, once over. This is how he really fights, okay? Especially with a person that's going to throw big bombs and can actually match his athleticism almost. You get what I'm saying? He definitely has this. He does this double step back, hop step back, and then circle out to his left. He does that a lot. Now I get that, being a coach, you can pinpoint these things, but when you are in that square upper, it's a whole different world. And just because you've seen it on tape and you practice for it does not mean you can execute it. You get what I'm saying? Or this is just like Regis said, he's a lot faster and a lot better than I thought he was. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I can catch you. It looks like I can get you. But when I'm in there and I'm trying to, when we said, not we, a lot of people said they put a lot of things on Edwin. And I'm like, well, I've seen this man press. I've seen him try to cut the ring off. And when a fighter is literally bicycling like a mug, it's going to be hard to catch them. We've seen it with Boots. We've seen it countless times. So I don't put a whole lot of fault on the person that is actually trying to engage. I put it on the person that is actually avoiding or evading. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I believe Shakur lost that fight. I gave Edwin 7 rounds to 5. Yeah, I gave him. Where's my scorecard? Where's my score? Yeah, I gave Edwin. Nah, he lost at 12. I gave him the 11. I mean, I gave Edwin 7 rounds from what I've seen, and that fight was booty. It was fucking booty. and if he's going to put on a performance like that against a lower level opponent like Edwin, what he's going to do with a top tier opponent like Tank? We're going to get the same product, and I don't want that product. I support these fighters, especially these black fighters, man. And I do not want this. This is the reason why a lot of fighters did not want to fight Shakur. It's not that they were afraid of him. They knew they was going to have to chase that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to engage me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I
feel you, homeboy.
That's all I'm saying.
Hold on 1 second, Rick. Let Coach Amber respond real quick, because they were having that dialogue. So 1 second, King. Go ahead, Coach. Coach Amber? Okay. So then we'll go. Ray Davis, what you got? Salute, Bullet. Thank you for coming up. We'll get to you, King. What you got, Ray?
Yeah, I actually want to touch on this conversation. So I'm going to say two things. One that we forget, Shakur might fight differently because he's already shared the ring with Tank multiple times, whether it's in the sparring sessions. Also, Shakur, hold on. Oh, Shakur also is he might be able to think that he might get over on Tank because Tank likes to study his fighters and hit and catch him. So he might let Shakur get off a little bit to bait him because I've seen him do that to fighters that do that. So Tank will play the slower and because he has really quick feet, he has really quick hands. You just don't know when he's going to strike. He's like a cobra. You know what I mean? Like a cobra. So Tank might bait this man at the end of the day. But it could be an interesting fight because if Shakur feels that he can get off and deal some punishment, he's going to get in there and he's going to do it and then back up. He is an Olympic fighter. We got to remember that. And having that pedigree as an Olympic fighter, they kind of fight off the back foot a lot, unless those are the guys that like to get in there because they're all trained to be like boxing boxers. They don't create like a style then, so they're more like engage and get out. That's like more of an impro style for them guys at that weight. So I think that we could see a lot of the we could see it in engagement in that fight. And the only way we're going to find out is if we see him against somebody like Frank. We see him against somebody like Frank or somebody, maybe rematch De Los Santos and see what he can really do. Because apparently his wrist and his shoulder or his hand and his shoulder was messed up. I mean, and looked. Hey, I'm with you. It didn't look that way.
That's what they said.
But we can't question. We also can't question it because we don't actually
know.
You
can.
So, no, we don't actually know.
We can't question. We can question all things, bro. We question all things. You don't just because you said it is real. You know what I'm saying? That's because you said it is
we
real.
Can perceive. All right, here's a better word. We can perceive that it's not, and that he's faking it, right?
Thank you.
But we don't actually know. You know what I mean? That's just a theory there on our part. So at the end of the day, we can see how better he can be in the second fight with those two. That's what I think it should happen. I think maybe we should get Frank and Tank and Shakur in that rematch, and then the winner of those fight each other. Now, my brother Thomas Hill, who I had a long conversation with yesterday, 2 times, I believe, we talked about the same situation about how Tank is a really good fighter and a really good boxer and how he adjusted things. We also talked about how Shakur, PBC, and Top Rank aren't really great for matching up fighters unless the fighter's on his way out. It's a guaranteed win. Bob don't want to see his fighters lose over there, so that's going to be a hard fight to make on its own. Unless there's a bag involved, as you've seen with Frank when they kind of lowballed him at that point. But at the end of the day, that's all I got. I really just wanted to chime in.
Alrighty, thank you so much for that, Ray. What you got for me, Bullet? What's up, King?
I want to say, and I'm not saying nobody up here doing it. Nobody's up here doing it. I haven't seen that yet. But it's time to take the trainer wheels off. All this Shakur need a couple more fights, a couple more looks to fight Tank Davis. We need to stop. We need to stop that, man. Shakur was an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the same thing y'all was saying when y'all try. Like, let me not say y'all. When people was trying to push him on Dev instead of making Tank go after Dev. Shakur has a high level IQ. He's a good boxer. He had a bad showing. They gave him the win. That's it. Ain't nothing else we can do about that. Though I believe, just like that whole bush, I kind of felt like Edwin won that fight as well. I ain't even gonna lie, because I don't feel like Shakur did anything. But the results is already in. I think now at this point we need to start pushing Tank Davis and Shakur, not just Tank. Shakur versus Frank, because Frank say he ready. Frank say, you know what I'm saying? Well, Frank might go after Williams Zepeda and stuff like that to get another belt, come back around and fight Shakur. But Frank is in Tank's ranking system, like right under him. He might fight for the super belt, the WBA super, because Tank, of course, he turned it away. But Frank want the Tank fight. Frank want the Shakur fight. Frank want the Williams Zepeda fight. I think it's time to just start pushing all these guys up. And then you got these young up-and-coming guys. Muratalla said he want to fight for a belt. I believe he's in the WBC. the other kid that just fought not too long, Kid Austin, he came out his mouth and said that why Tank Davis turned down the belt because he don't want to fight us. Or something. You know, his daddy said that, not him. Let me not put the onus on him. His daddy said that Tank Davis, they spar with Tank Davis. They get some good work. They said they're not gonna tell what happened, but you know they coming.
Bullet.
They coming for a belt.
Bullet. Hey, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hey, Bullet. You know,
Yeah.
Kid Austin, that's the same one that was got into it with Devin and Keyshawn Davis talking about how he beat both of them up in sparring, remember?
Yeah, I remember. He said he rocked him. I remember all that.
And then remember he had that fight. He got into a fight with a boxer and he couldn't put him down. And he was complaining because his shoe was messed up.
Yeah, he said he caught blisters. I remember.
Yeah.
I'm just saying names of the people. Trust me. Even though I talk a lot of smack, you know, I get up here, but I do follow boxing, huh?
Okay, look, when you naming them, throw these three right here too. Also throw in Abdullah Mason. You gotta throw in Cruz in there because he's a.
I don't think they're gonna give Abdullah Mason that type of level yet. Now I think he's ready, but I don't think is they gonna give it to him.
Because look, they got Abdullah Mason, they got Tiger Johnson, and they got Emilio Vargas, and you know, Andy Cruz. Those still some up and coming hitters too. But go ahead.
Yeah, I would just talk about the people that's like in ready position. I know that Kid Austin won some type of silver belt, which gives you like a shot at a mandatory. And I know Tank got the regular belt, so Tank has mandatories. You know what I'm saying? Kid Austin said he's coming for a belt. So there's people put in place for these other guys. I'm already past the, you know, that Devin versus Tank fight. I'm looking at Devin versus Subriel Matias. Coach Panda was on.
He won't get.
I don't want to say names, but
you want me to tell you why he won't get Matias? You want me to tell you why he won't get Matias? Because Devin has a mandatory. Devin's mandatory is Martin.
No, I know that, but I know. Yeah, go ahead, man.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. He got Sendo Martin in his mandatory. Richardson Hitchison has Jack Catterall, and the winner of that fight is Matias is mandatory. So he's gonna already be ordered to fight Richardson Hitchison. So Devin gonna have to go against Hitchison if he wants that belt right there. You see what I'm saying now?
Yeah. Hey, Bullet.
But what happened, Tom?
Let me say I just wanted to address a couple of things. First and foremost, how do we score a match? How are they supposed to score a match? Ain't it defense?
I look at I thought you were asking me.
Yeah, well, no. What do you look at? But
when I look at it, I look at ring control, of course. Mm-hmm. Not just coming forward, but who's dictating the pace.
Okay.
Dictating up the pace, landed shots, ring generalship. You know what I'm saying? And then the amount of time you're controlling the ring. Because if somebody winning like a whole 2 minutes of the round and then you just win a minute of the round, you know what I'm saying? I can't just, he won that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I feel you. But like in that criteria, it's like who does the best of those things, right? So in that fight with De Los Santos and Shakur, how many of those criterias that you named did you feel like De Los Santos controlled better than Shakur?
In the first, I feel like, in all honesty, Thomas, on some real jump, I believe it was the first 3 rounds off the bat. I felt like De Los Santos, they both wasn't like throwing punches, but I felt like De Los Santos hit him with like 1 or 2 shots to the body. And Shakur do that little running thing, and they'll be posturing with the little hands and stuff like that. And the Shakur will fake like he finna hit him. He'll throw blank shots, and you know, just to, like he said, he was trying to finesse him or whatever. I felt like De Los Santos won like the first 3 rounds. I felt like Shakur maybe won the 4th and the 5th, and then De Los Santos won the. I can't say like, because I don't have no, you know, I'm just off the top of the dome. I don't have no paper in front of me. I just, from what I remember, De Los Santos was doing more. Shakur wasn't doing shit. Shakur wasn't doing nothing, bro. I ain't gonna count.
Hey, let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna fall back for a second. But check this out. You said the Kid Austin, right? Honestly, Kid Austin's okay, but I wouldn't want to see him fight Tank. Like, no. I think Pitbull will be a bigger challenge than Kid Austin to Tank, honestly. Kid Austin's pretty good, but the boy has no fucking defense, dog. He has no defense. It was a fight that he had before he joined Eddie Hearn and them, Oscar De La Hoya about last year, I think. And the man was struggling. Like a boxer can make him struggle. He got power, he has offense, but no defense. It'd be like Rolly versus Tank. He gonna run into something different. The way you spar somebody is not the same way you fight. And I'd rather see Tank versus De Los Santos than Kid Austin, but I want to see him get his shot, just not against Tank. Because as soon as Tank destroy that man, dispatch him, we're gonna say, man, that fight wasn't even worth it. Like, I don't want to see Tank unless he gets the top of the top. Yes, it's Spencer Paper Day of Reckoning. Next week, we going down.
But not just not when I was saying that's why I before I did that, I said all the names because I don't want people to feel like I'm just hounding on Tank. Frank and Kid Austin is close to each other in Tank's ranking system. They can fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm just saying I want to see the good fights. Of course, and I gotta say it because I see my boy Truth in the chat. Lomachenko, if he gets past Kambosos, because it's not no guarantees. I think he's gonna win. But if Kambosos is so lucky to win,
don't you disrespect. Don't you disrespect Truth like that.
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm not. That's my point.
Don't disrespect Truth. You know he finna cuss you out. Truth finna cuss you out.
Man, Truth, my brother, man.
Man,
but if Kambosos, man. No. But upper, look. We gotta put the just in case. If by happenstance that Kambosos get past Loma, I wouldn't mind seeing Tank Davis fight Kambosos. I wouldn't mind seeing. I know upper, but styles make fights.
I don't want to see Tank.
Styles make fights. Tank not gonna be running. I don't want to see that. Tank gonna stand the bang. I understand, but if he got a belt.
Bro,
if he got a belt,
I'm not saying because he about to get destroyed, but even if he knocked Loma out, I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see George Kambosos fight nobody. I watched Maxie Hughes style on that man for 10 rounds.
Say that again.
And like I told people before that fight, I told people George Kambosos does not have a left hand. He can't defend his left side. And that's what Devin figured out. And that's what Maxie Hughes did and beat that man. I thought 12 rounds, but I made it 10-2. Lomachenko goes to the left. He's going to destroy that man and knock him the fuck out because he has no defense on that side. That is tailor-made for Loma. That man don't get out the 5th round.
And Kambosos is small.
I would just give a respect to the boxers because, like I said, I think Loma will win. Because what I was trying to say is I want Tank to go after him as well. Like Tank and Loma is still a big fight, regardless of what people say.
I'm
just saying I want Tank to fight Loma. I want Tank to fight Loma. I want Tank to fight Shakur.
Get him, True.
Tank to fight.
Now,
get him, True. Go ahead, True. Get him.
Hey, True. Lomachenko is a bad boy, but he just ducked Shakur. So I want to see Tank Davis get either Shakur.
We already talked about this, man.
No, True, hold on.
You succeeded because as soon as you said if Loma gets past Kambosos, I already knew you was on some bull.
Hold on, Ray Davis. Oh, thank you. Go ahead, True.
I already knew you was on some bull when you said if Loma gets past Kambosos. We already knew that was some bull. Come on, Bullet. We gotta do better than this.
Hey, a boxing match is still anything can happen though.
Hell no.
But I'm just saying we gotta push for the big fights because I'm like I said, I'm past the Devin Tank thing. Tank still has big fights at this division, and there's a lot of up and coming guys like Abdullah Mason and Raymond Muratalla and stuff like that. And Frank, like Keith say, somebody better get Frank now, bro. Man, that boy can fight, bro. The man, the truth, he athletic.
Frank is a
strong. You can say that all you want to, but he can still fight. All that duck talk don't mean nothing when you get in that ring.
He can still fight B to C-level opposition. But when it comes to people that's really, Frank showed himself with that Shakur. And he's doing an interview talking about Frank ain't getting the big fights. That's why he hasn't fought for a title now. Like, Frank don't want that.
Frank in position to fight Williams Zepeda for his belt.
And he ain't trying to push himself.
Frank in position to fight Williams Zepeda for a vacant belt. Frank in position to fight Tank Davis for opportunity at Tank Davis for his belt.
You know, he had a position to fight for WBC as well. What happened?
Yeah, so did Lomachenko. Lomachenko was ranked number one.
Lomachenko still got the IBF.
Yeah, because he ran away from Shakur.
Is fighting for a Reggie belt.
Yeah, I hear you.
Wait a minute. Who fight for a Reggie belt? True.
Frank, if Williams Zepeda and them fight.
A Reggie belt? That's what we calling it now. So it just can't just be a championship. So what if
have to be marginalized, folks?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to be elevated to super because I'm sorry, kid.
I mean, Bullet Gibson, man. I'm not happy with the performance that Shakur gave, but he won that fight, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do him.
Oh no, fam.
He
I don't feel like he did.
Right. You go back and watch that fight, and you scored on your own, and then you tell me, Thomas,
effectively aggressive.
Again, if Shakur did nothing, Edwin did less than nothing. Like we can't just because he tried and he was coming forward. No,
Y'all man. Effective aggression means. Effective aggression. Hold 1 second. Y'all misconstruing the term effective aggression. Edwin Dos Santos had ineffective aggression because if his aggression was effective, he would have got Shakur. It was ineffective aggression.
Chasing him around the ring.
Your opponent. That means you got your opponent if you was effective with it. He wasn't effective. It was ineffective. Go ahead.
All right.
I disagree with that though, bro. I disagree with that. Only because
it wasn't effective. It's not effective. That whole you don't get the person.
Look, right. We think always effective aggression means you're tagging this dude. Look, he had this man running, number one. When he fainted, this man jumped out the goddamn ring. That's number two. That lets me know you were scared of this man. You didn't want no work. And then when they got in the clinch, Shakur showed his frustrations when he wanted to throw elbows and shit. He thought he was Tyson Fury up in that ring, man. So when I see small things like that, I'm like, no. Shakur was frustrated. Shakur was mad. He didn't fall for his traps. You get what I'm saying? Shakur was trying to set traps. He wanted that man just to come in there, bull rushing and get caught like Oscar did, or get caught like Regis did. And that man said, hell no, bro. I'm gonna play this cat and mouse game with you. You get what I'm saying? So in my eyes, what I seen, I thought Edwin had control of that ring. Because Edwin was stepping.
But exactly what you just said is why Edwin didn't win, because he didn't come in there walking through Shakur.
Playing with caution.
Yeah, he knew, okay, so if I'm going to go in, I'm going to have to commit. He wasn't just walking through Shakur. So that's right.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. All right. Well, we're going to act like we didn't see Shakur try to set traps and Edwin ignored that, right? We're going to act like we didn't see that. I'm for Shakur, right? It might seem like
he didn't
the only round I gave, the only round for real.
Not falling for traps isn't.
Who was Shakur hitting? Who was Shakur hitting that fight?
Listen, you seen the comment box. I mean, it's okay. What's the goal of being aggressive? You have to accomplish a goal. Being aggressive just doesn't give you points. You have to be able to score, even in Olympic style scoring, even in amateur style scoring. Every hit scores. If you're not scoring, then your aggressive is pointless.
So upper. I got a question. For you, bro. When Edwin stepped in that ring with Shakur, was he already down 4 to 5 rounds already off rip when he stepped in that ring with Shakur? That's a cat. It was already fixed with Shakur to win that fight, bro.
Like he was up 2-0 at the end of the second round.
No, what I said before he stepped in that ring, was Shakur already up on that scorecard?
I just negated your point. I said at the end of the second round. Edwin was up 2-0. So he can't be down 4 if he's up 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
After he landed that big ass shot on Shakur, he fucked up. He hit Shakur with some power, and Shakur played keeper away the rest of that fight.
Oh, excuse me.
The
one definitive round I gave Shakur was the 6th round when he pressed that man. He should have saved that punch.
He should have saved that punch to like the 5th or 6th round. After half the fight was gone, he put it on too early. Hell no.
I can agree with that. He did shoot too early. I agree with that.
Can I address something real quick? I want to circle back.
Hold on, Ray, because Coach Amber wanted to finish what she was saying, fam.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying. I was having technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. I do not want to give an out to these fighters for not stepping in the ring, even though Coach Cal already said, like, well, why would I put Tank in that position where we're not able to do what we do? And I was like, I know what, I know lingo. And so that tells me, like, do you, like, it makes me beg the question, do you already know that your fighter has a hole in his game? Because, we got the KO artist versus the pure boxer. And I mean, if they stink up the joint, they stink up the joint. Fine. But we gonna see in both of your toolboxes. As a fan, I want to see. As a trainer, I want to see. And I understand what you're saying. Cutting off the ring is hard. It is hard, but it's a skill. And if that tool isn't sharp enough, well, whose fault is that? And Upper was absolutely right. He hit the nail on the head. One of the first things that you do learn how to do is breathe, your jab. And before I even teach a fighter a combination, I got to teach you to walk like a fighter. I got to teach you to gallop like a fighter. There is a way, without even throwing a punch, there is a way to sidestep around the ring. There is a way to pivot around the ring without even throwing a punch. There is a way to move. And then once you master that, then you can throw your combinations. Then you can do all that. And I just don't want to give it out to be like, oh, well, he's going to stink up the joint, so I don't want to see it. Like, no, that's not good enough for me, because one, if Tank cannot cut off that ring, that's okay. That's one thing. And if Shakur gets on his bike, then what does that say about Shakur too? Like, does that, I mean, I'm not going to sit there and accuse this man that he don't have a chin, but that's going to say a lot about both of them. Even if it's lackluster, I get to see in both of y'all's toolboxes whatever y'all been hiding. And I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I want to see it all. So that's my sentiment. Even if it's not action packed, like fans want, I realize fans like KOs and action, but I mean, if you resort to something because of whatever factor, I want to look in the toolbox. That's just me personally. I want to see your whole toolbox.
I'm with you, Coach. Okay. I'm with you, right?
I'm with you, Coach. Amber, I want to see what you can do. I want to see how good.
I'm with you, Coach.
That's what I say. It separates good.
If these weren't men, if these weren't men, I'd be like, I want to see what's under your skirt. But I'm not going to disrespect these men like that. I want to see what's in the toolbox.
Yeah. Show me the difference between good and great. That's what I want.
But my whole premise is, listen, right? It's not necessarily about KOs for me. It's not. I mean, Tank been putting people out and all that, but he also showed me commitment. He showed me that he is willing to commit to his offense as well as defense. You know what I mean? Shakur has shown me commitment to offense with those lower level fighters.
I've brought this up before. I think Tank likes getting hit. I've said this before.
Yeah, I was on.
I think he likes getting hit because I think he's just one of those fighters. But the thing about that is you have to be careful, because if you want to psych yourself up, like, yeah, hit me. You mess around, do that with the wrong one,
And to your point, Coach, Tank wasn't like that with Ryan. He ain't let Ryan just beat up on him, because he did not. What Ryan was working with.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah, Ryan got some power though. Ryan cracking out there. You know what I mean? Like we seen it multiple times. Ryan cracker.
I just don't want to give these fighters an out as a reason not to see the fight. Like, no, I want both of you grown men to pop open your toolboxes, and I want to look and see what's inside. That's, I mean,
did you?
If it's not,
I wrote, Coach.
Go ahead.
Did you read what I wrote in the chat way before we jumped on? I said if Shakur is going to run around that ring like he did with Edwin, I don't want to see that. I want to see you commit to your offense, man. I want to. You don't have to knock the man. You can stick him. You can do it what Dev did to Regis. If you can do that to that man all fight, I would love to see that. You get what I'm saying? But if you're going to bicycle and jump and hop and skip, motherfucker, man. If you don't sit down and square up with this man, this is what fighting is about. Sticking and moving, right? Get hit and not get hit. You wasn't hitting this man. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you commit to your offense. And if you are afraid to get your chin checked, get the hell about this game, because you are eventually going, like Floyd done told you.
Sir, that's not an excuse not to hop in there though. That is my point. Like if Shakur chooses like to stink up the arena, that's on him. That lets me know that he doesn't like getting hit. But you got to show me.
I'm a consumer though. I'm a consumer.
Okay, I understand that. That's
paying
fair.
For this.
That's fair.
I'm paying for this. So I'm asking for the most bang for my buck. Okay, I was upset that I watched that goddamn Edwin fight. I was upset.
I can truly tell. I can truly tell.
No, but I get that. I get that. I get that. You like action.
Spinning out here. I'm spinning for these fights. I'm not spinning these fights.
I get that you like action, but at the same time, you gotta show me. You have to show me.
I gotta pay for that though.
If I paid for that, and let's say that happens, regardless of the outcome, whoever wins, and Shakur runs around the ring and Tank, can't do nothing with them, and regardless of who they throw it to, I learned something about both of them. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. I don't know if that's the corner in me or what, but I learned something about both of y'all. Both of y'all got holes in your game.
I don't want to get hit.
So somebody got a hole in their game, but you got to show me.
We got to work on you cutting off the ring, and we got to work on you stop being so scared. But some fighters don't ever get past that cowardness, and that's fighters, they broken fighters, and they're gonna always fight like that. Some fighters just can't take a shot, and that's what I said about Shakur. Shakur is a great fighter, but people don't realize Shakur is so great because Shakur can't take a punch. Shakur hates to get hit. When Valdez hit him in the body, that man said he almost threw up. Like Shakur makes his defense so impregnable, so impeccable, so unimpeachable, is because he does not want to be touched. When you touch Shakur, you rattle Shakur, you frustrate Shakur, you mess up his IQ. His IQ goes to haywire. Shakur can't handle being pressed. He can't handle getting hit.
I think he panics. He panics.
Exactly, Coach Aaron. I will get to that.
That part.
Whenever Shakur, I've looked at all his fights. Whenever somebody gets a good lick off Shakur, his eyes will gloss over and go a little bit bigger. He does not like to get hit. And then he, like the doctor tell you, he gets on that bite. Shakur is not trying to trust himself with no power shots. And see, with a guy like Shakur, I would get a nice size puncher and put him in there in sparring and let Shakur take shots doing sparring so he can get used to it. But Shakur is not trying to get hit. That's why he stays so alert. But see, one thing about Shakur's style, it's like Roy Jones' style. Like, it's not a style that a fundamentally sound boxer will teach you. But for that person and his athleticism, it works hand in hand. Like Roy Jones, his style wouldn't work for nobody except for maybe Jerron Ennis. But he was so young when he did it and ended up getting his arm stretched. Go ahead.
I see what everybody is saying. I'm a play, because this is how I feel, and I've been saying it for a few weeks. First of all, let me make sure I speak. Shout out to Truth for coming up. I was just instigating you and Bullet because I know that anytime Loma is mentioned, I see Truth in the building. I'm gonna seek truth on him. So I know that. So it was nothing. I was just being funny, being petty, because I know Truth don't play about Loma.
One more thing. Shalom to Ashley Corner. Peace and blessings, Queen. All right, go ahead, Key.
Shout out to you, Queen. And I just subscribed to you today, Ashley's Corner. Shout out to you. Ray Davis, thank you for coming up. Bullet, Truth, Coach Amber, and that whole boy. Thank y'all for coming up. So Oh, and wait. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me make sure I get Aaron Muhammad. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming through, King. Ashley's Corner, Dankley Kane, J.A. Dixon, Dante Hall, Boxing, Al Booger. Anybody else that I missed, my apologies. But oh, and Just Do. Shout out to you, Just Do. So this is how I feel about the whole situation with Shakur and the De Los Santos guy. First of all, I feel like that one individual that was on KO channel a few weeks ago. We talking about Edwin De Los Santos. Who the F is the Edwin De Los Santos? Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, and I get it. You know, Edwin De Los Santos was he's a good boxer, and he's a good boxer puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's athletic. He can be exciting. I think he ruined it for himself in that fight with all that gesturing, all that posturing he was doing in the ring. He didn't have to do all that. Just take the fight to Shakur. He was playing around too much. Not to mention, what did we say with the which other people? I'm not saying anybody here, but when other people had a controversial decision with Dev versus Loma, you have to beat the champion, and the person in a favorite in that position the whole week or the month prior to that too. Who were we talking about? Who was the main person in there? Shakur Stevenson. If Edwin didn't knock out Shakur, he wasn't walking away with that belt. Like, come on, y'all. He was not walking away with that belt. He would have had to knock Shakur clean out to truly get a hold of that belt. All of y'all got points. Yes, I can see that. Cut off the ring. No, Shakur should have showed more offense. I get all of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I feel like that was I keep telling y'all, I think that was a bad style matchup. And I'm very surprised that Top Rank even had that happen like that, because Top Rank has, they're the best at matchmaking. So I'm very surprised that a fighter of that magnitude even got up in there.
No, it was for their fighter.
I'm not saying it was a fair fighter. I'm just saying it was a bad style matchup, meaning that you got one dude that fights defensively, the other one fights offensively, can't create it through defense. Because, I mean, if we're going to wait a minute, if we're going to downplay Shakur, this is my thing. If we're going to downplay Shakur because he was on his back foot and running all night, then we got to we got to throw some blame too on Edwin for being on his front foot and not even creating his own defense to capitalize off of Shakur's offense that he was coming with his counters. Like Truth said, if Shakur did poorly, then Edwin did negative poorly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was there for the taking for both of them. 36, come on, man, 36 punches. That's a reflection on both of them. They both could have done better, but you gotta beat the champion. That's all I'm saying. So I get what everybody's saying.
That's the point, though, Kig.
What?
Shakur wasn't the champion. That was a toss-up belt. Neither one of them was champ.
No, okay, but he was the main. No, but he was the headliner, though. He was the head. They're not gonna give. You think Bob finna give De Los Santos, a PBC fighter, that belt? If Edwin De Los Santos did not come in with the mindset of you have to knock Shakur out, then no. Instead of De Los Santos posturing, trying to make this playing with his food in there, then we might be having a different conversation. But I got to put blame on both fighters. And to be honest with you, if I'm Shakur, he fought the best that he could with what was going on, because you didn't know what that boy was bringing up in there. And y'all not going to make no goddamn meme out of me. Y'all not gonna be no memes on the ground. Like, I get it. Yeah, I love my fans. No, I'm serious. Like, I know, like, I don't give a damn. No, if I'm Shakur, this is how I feel. If I'm
I just want to know if we had that same energy for Ryan.
Yeah, I had the same energy. What you mean?
Because a lot of people were like, he quit. First of all, I know those shots hurt. But people were like, oh, he got up right at 10. Okay, first of all, what fight was it that we just recently seen? Dude got up at 8 and then was still counted out, because what you don't realize, like, people are saying, oh, he got up at 10.
Nah, he got up at 10.
Yeah, so but a lot of people don't realize, and like, you need to get up by 8, because the referee, one, has to make you walk this way, that way, has to look in your eyes and make sure that you're your eyes aren't shaky, and then they still have to have time to wipe you off. That's why it's a rule of thumb. You need to get it by 8. Getting up by 9,
He let them know
10,
before the
like
fight,
it's too late.
Before the fight, he already let them know that's how he get down. That's what he does. But hold on one second. Aaron Muhammad say, I asked the question last night if a Matias versus Haney would be pay-per-view worthy, why and why not? Honestly, Aaron
I'll pay
Muhammad,
for that.
right now, it would be pay-per-view, but
I will buy it.
Better be a cheap pay-per-view. Better be in the $50 range.
I was going to say, because Matias, like,
Can I
his
answer
legend
real
has
quick?
grown, like,
go ahead and answer, bro. Go ahead and answer.
substantially over the past couple of fights.
All right,
like,
now let me go ahead and answer, then I'll let y'all cook real quick, bro. But back in the day, HBO had fights like the number 1 versus number 2, Roy Jones versus James Toney. Now back then, a lot of these fights didn't make pay-per-view, but with the dynamic that's out here now, Matias is a champion, Devin's a champion. Devin's undefeated. He's gaining the following. Devin's done had pay-per-view fights. It would be dumb for Devin to go backwards. Like, once you made yourself as a pay-per-view commodity, you got to keep on that horse. You don't want to hustle backwards. You're not trying to go back to free TV once you've made it to the pay-per-view level. You know, sometimes you got to take a little losses, but you keep coming. And I feel like that'd be a high-power, high-action fight, especially the way Devin looked against Regis. They would like to see him against a more fast, quicker, explosive, more dangerous person. And the fact that, you know, Matias got that body, you know, which was his only loss that same week after it. You know, I feel like that fight right there, it does the numbers. It does something, especially if you put somebody cool on the undercard instead of a bunch of people that we just don't know. Now, you put it up under there, it's good. But if you do it on Showtime, I mean, not Showtime, Amazon and PBC, they both could get big, big money because Matias is one of them fighters. But if you want to put it back over here to DHP Promotions and Eddie Hearn, then it's not gonna be that much money because Eddie Hearn already told us to look early. So Eddie Hearn already give it down.
Can I address something real quick? Frequent Flyer, I love you and your consistency. I did not say that they keep counting while they have to check them out. No, but I'm telling you, as rule of thumb, you're supposed to get up by 8 because guess what? If you got Bambi legs or noodle legs, like you got to give yourself time to walk it off before the ref can ask you, are you okay? They can make sure that your eyes aren't shaky and rub you off. Because guess what? I mean, we've seen it many times over where a fighter will get knocked down and then guess what? They get up and they're still walking around. They're on Bambi legs. And what happens? The ref keeps counting. So you have to give yourself that 2-second cushion. I mean, that's a double-ended blade too. Because sometimes, you know, yeah, you need to take the knee or take the rest. And if you get up too quick, you know, it's going to look bad and you can get called off. So that's why 7 to 8 is a good number to stand up and then give yourself time to get the blood back in your legs and give the ref time to ask you questions. Yes, once they start asking you questions, yes, the count does stop. But that was a little out of context.
And that's still additional time to recover as well.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, if you can get up at something, not to cut you off, King, but my whole thing is, first of all, listen, the man got hit. If we talking about Ryan Garcia, the man got hit with a liver shot. First of all, let me really rewind it back. In the second round, in my humble opinion, he got up too fast from the first knockdown. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even take his time getting up or anything. He jumped right back up and felt that. Once he felt that power, was like, oh, damn, it is real. And then tried, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when you start trying to see him fight on the outside, which is outside game was shaky back then. But trying to keep Tank at bay for the most part and just trying to use his long reach as his advantage. But look at where that came up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at where that got him. He got hit directly. I think it was really the ribs that he got hit. I don't know how. I heard it. I heard it through the TV. And
yeah, it was the rib.
Yeah, it was the
It was
rib.
on his right
Okay.
side.
Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
then he sat down. And if he could have gotten up at 8, he would have. The man felt like, I think he was done, y'all. I don't think he threw that fight. I don't believe that. I really just do believe that he was done. Now, the worst injury I've ever seen towards that area was when Oscar was on the floor crying, screaming and rolling. Now, it wasn't nothing like that. He just took a knee, y'all. Y'all don't gotta drag him for that. Y'all ain't gotta drag Ryan for that. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah, your boo boo took
go.
a D too. I'm
Okay,
dead.
next, Ray
Uh,
Davis, Ray Davis.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray, because I
Well,
don't even got nothing to say to him no more. Go
it's cool.
ahead,
I was waiting
Ray.
patiently. I'm gonna touch on that real quick, but yeah, that's why there's two rules in the game aside from being sitting down and getting up. There's a standing eight count, and there's also the official on the outside continuing counts. We only see the official in the ring most of the time, so that's why I'm pretty sure Coach Amber elaborated on that too. That when you see them counting, that official outside is also continuing everything for the sake of there being a count out. Also, I did want to circle back to Frank because I know Bullet said something and I didn't get to jump in. So, what my thing is, we disrespect Frank based on ducking, but yet he fought a guy, made him look a guy on steroids to be exact, and made him look one dimensional. And everybody was talking about he was the next best thing in the Dominican Michelle Rivera, regardless of what we think his talent level is now, because he was exposed by Frank. So Frank does step up to competition, and I believe that he does have a chance to beat Shakur, and will give Tank a great fight. But that's just my opinion.
That was a
okay, I got a
I like
question,
that.
y'all.
Go ahead, the
I'm
help
sorry,
boy.
kid. Go ahead, go ahead.
No,
My
no, no,
fault.
no.
Look,
Go
look,
ahead.
right. I, I think Eddie Hearn actually hurt Devin with his pay per view sales with the fuck shit they did with that fight with Regis. Did y'all know that the UK subscribers to the Zone got that fight for free? Did y'all? I typed that a couple days ago or yesterday or whatever.
Got which fight for free?
That Regis fight.
Yeah, but
Any UK subscribers to
they get
hold
it
on.
like okay, go ahead. Oh, they
Go
get
ahead,
it
go
like
ahead. Go
they
ahead.
get it like ESPN Plus to us, so they subscribe also as a stream, and they get it counted as pay per view over there, like the stream does for ESPN Plus. That's because it's that's where the Zone is stationed out. So I think they're on what's the name Sky TV or something like that, but they're on their
All that.
sports.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so they got like a Sky Plus where they get actually pay per view numbers, but they're just at a whatever that streaming rate is. So yeah, I
Yeah,
understand what you're saying though.
but you hear what I'm saying though? Us US subscribers to the Zone still had to pay for that fight over here in the US.
Y'all still had to pay
While the
double. Yep.
but the UK subscribers got that fight for free, and I think he did a disservice to Devin and all those fighters on that card for doing that. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and all them. They did a disservice to those fighters by doing that, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I got a little personal, and I think he harmed that man's sales doing that because it said his record be recorded to be about 150 to 250 sales, and that's only in the U.S. right? Now, just imagine if he had them overseas sales, man. It could have really did great numbers with that card, man. And I think he did that man a disservice by doing that. That's all I
But
wanted to say.
I think that's always been their model. I don't know. Listen, I don't like I don't really care for Eddie Hearn. Y'all know that about me. Like I really don't care for sneaky Eddie. So but yes, I feel you though. Like that was a disservice. Everybody should pay the same price and pay double because that's the fights that we, you know what I'm saying? Like if those are good fights, do it. Like do it that way. And I'm not trying to make up excuses for Shakur in the chat. I've been seeing some comments. I'm not trying to make excuses. I've been said before and after that fight happened, Coach Amber was up here. I said, Shakur, if you have painted yourself to be the boogeyman, you need to go and prove why. You didn't said all these people to induct you. You need to show and prove why they'd induct you. And then after the fight happened, I said you can't call yourself the boogeyman putting on a performance like that. So I'm never taking up for Shakur. All I'm saying is that the internet is undefeated. These boxing fans are undefeated. I mean, look at what they doing to Leonard Ellerby and Floyd Mayweather right now. These people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You still got to protect the brand. You still have to go out there and perform and do what you got to do. And at the end of the day, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? One bad performance, what was this in November? This man could put on a whole spanking in March of 2024 and nobody will remember. Well, I'm not going to say nobody. Half of the people ain't going to remember that fight that just happened. I mean, you shouldn't anyway. Hell, it was a sleeper. You should have been asleep. I know I wish I was, but that's my boy, though. I like
I'm
Shakur.
dead. Oh
I like
man. Hey
Shakur.
yo, man,
I
I gotta
like
get up out of
Shakur.
here.
Y'all brutal,
Hey
man.
yo. Hey, yo.
Thank you,
Nah,
that
but
whole
listen though.
boy.
Listen, right? I'm about to get up out of here, but we pay hard-earned money for these fights. Well, us that pay for the fights, right? And we expecting a product, especially when you run your damn mouth, bro. You ran your mouth. And now I see why a lot of those fighters said, no, I don't want to fight you. It's not that they are scared of you. They didn't feel like chasing your ass around the damn ring. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I see. And that's not the first fight I've seen this man fight like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I appreciate y'all for allowing me to come up and others like me to express our opinions, our mind, you know. And until next time, y'all.
Thank you, that whole boy. Have a peace and blessings to your family, man.
All right, peace out.
But that's
Um,
that I kind of wanted to respond to what he was saying, because
Go
if you
ahead,
know
True.
you're going in the ring with a runner, then what we gonna drill? Learning how to cut the ring off. So therefore, and no, taking advantage of the opportunities that you do have, because we know he gonna bounce here. Cool. Other than stepping, chasing in behind him, no, step left, step right. Like, I believe that comes down to the skill as well. Like, that people aren't looking to expand their skill set beyond what they already getting paid for, versus trying to learn something that's going to be more beneficial to them. Like, sorry, you're going to have to work a little harder, but if this fight's worth big money and this is one of the guys in the elite category, you said you that guy, if all you have to do is learn how to cut the ring off, I would say that's a pretty easy night. But I don't know nothing.
No, and I get you. And like we always say too, though, I know over here we're always talking about your fundamentals, and that's why amateur is so important. I hold amateur rankings in a very high regard because a lot of this stuff is just taught to you. Like Regis, that's why I was, I would never bash Devin Haney for putting on a masterclass performance, but I got down on Regis for the simple fact that how could you, at that level, how could you come in after 29 fights and as a champion and not know what to do with a Devin Haney, and you've been going around on every platform talking about, oh, been in the camp for 5 months. Oh, we've been doing this. Oh, we've been doing that. I like being an underdog. I'm gonna make it a rough fight. I'm gonna hurt you, Bill. Tell your son I'm gonna hurt him. Bill look next to Devin. Son, he said he gonna hurt you. Like, what the fuck you do all that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was that about? You couldn't even go back to your basic. But again, what does Regis lack that Devin Haney doesn't? Amateur experience. We shouldn't have to tell these fighters about cutting off the ring. We shouldn't have to tell these fighters how to take away a person's jab, what to do. This was a southpaw versus an orthodox. You wouldn't even be able to tell because the only thing that Regis was doing was moving his head from side to side. Forget his body and his face, his hair. I think his neck needs to go get looked at by a doctor because that's the only thing that kept moving. That's the only thing that kept moving. Somebody needs to get that man a chiropractor, please. Like, I just don't understand that. I'm disappointed in Regis. And for that, I can honestly say, yes, I'm proud that he got the win. I'm proud that I paid to see Devin do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Regis could have kept his ass at home, bruh. Period. That's just how I feel. You could, if we gonna get on Shakur like that, then we need to get on Regis like that. And Regis is older than Shakur, and he should have more pedigree experience because he's been a champion longer. Nah,
Facts.
I'm calling it straight through. We get on both of them. If we got to give Shakur hell for running around the ring, I'm gonna give Regis hell for going in the ring looking like that, and I paid $80 for that fight. Nah,
Facts.
I
You need to
don't.
get on Regis for making it look like Devin Haney had power. Like, what the world is this? He made
True.
he
Bullet,
made
get him.
Devin
Get him,
Haney
Bullet.
second coming.
Bullet,
Like,
get
what
him.
the world?
Bullet.
Now people talking about
true.
Devin can crack
That
at
boy broke Loma
140.
ribs, though. I don't know what to
Devin
tell
can
you.
crack at
And
140.
busted his face, Bullet.
That boy broke his ribs, Joe. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yeah, Devin broke a featherweight's ribs. That's not he. But what was Devin's
I heard
face?
that rumor that he fractured it. I did hear that rumor that he fractured it.
Yeah, but it wasn't effective in the fight. Like, yeah, I mean, he was attacking the body, but Loma was attacking his face, and face matters more than body.
Well, true. I'm sorry, but Loma face was more fucked up than Devin.
Wait.
Loma is of lighter skin that bruises more easily.
True. That
says who?
Okay.
The headshots are more.
Go ahead, Coach Amber. My fault, Mama.
Wait. Like, who says that headshots count more than body? Like, whoa.
I don't know who said that.
I said that, Coach Amber.
You go ahead and talk your stuff, True.
Okay. They don't. I'm just letting you know they don't. They don't. Headshots are prettier. Body shots that actually land where they're supposed to are more effective. But headshots are prettier, but they count just the same. Baba. Like they count just the same. They're supposed to anyway.
There's no subjectivity versus a body shot, as you mentioned. Like, there are different places. Oh, okay, was that on that? Does that really count? Versus if you're hitting somebody in the face, it's on there. You're hitting them in the face.
Well, they judge a jab to punches, so the punches actually count, I believe, more. Am I right, Coach Amber? They like give you a little bit more on the scorecard, and well, I ain't gonna say more, but they equal the same. But what I should say is they count them as more effective, as opposed to a jab, because a jab is just setting up the punch. Am I right?
You are absolutely right, and that is like a lot of things in the eye of the beholder. Like if I catch you with a quick jab. If I catch you with a quick jab right on your chin and you take it, you bounce back, but then I jab you, like right in your sternum, and it makes you back up. It was the same punch. It was just to a different part of your body, but which one was more effective?
Right.
In that case,
basing it on the reaction. I got you.
Yeah, in that case, it would be the sternum shot because it backed up and it made you be on your back foot. Yeah, see, I don't want to take all down a rabbit hole, but yeah, you could throw the same punch to a different body part, but which one made the fighter change their rhythm, if that makes sense.
And that's why I said about Loma and the face shots, because that Haney was hitting him to the body, but Loma wasn't changing up. Like, it wasn't stopping anything that
Loma face was more fucked up than Dell face.
Loma is lighter skinned. That's why it was more damaged. Josh Taylor's face was more messed up than Regis. Who won that fight?
No.
So you can't go by damage.
It was debatable. That was debatable. That was a debatable fight. That was a debatable fight right there.
But they both were technically, but I think it was more secured for Devin because he had a unanimous decision to them having a split decision.
You're going based on the judges at that point.
So, Truth, are you saying? So you're basically saying that body shots are more effective than head shots?
No, I'm saying what Coach Amber illustrated, but I'm saying it's based on the reaction. Like, if you're going to the body and it's having no effect, doesn't mean anything. Versus if somebody's hitting you in the face, even if it's not having a quote unquote effect, you're still punching them in the face.
If you actually watch
for context, those are in close rounds. For context, okay, because a shot to the face is supposed to be like a jab to the face, a jab, to the sternum. They do count the same, but okay, when that's where the effective aggression comes in, and you can even flip it the other way around. Like, let's say I jab this fool in his chest, no reaction, but I jab him in his face and he backs up. That is literally the true definition of effective aggression. And I mean, I've taken the test and it's hard. Like it really is. Well, it's not hard, but it's hard when it's close rounds. It's hard.
Yeah,
So
and for context, that's what we're talking about is the Devin and Loma. Like all of them are any round except for like the back half was close. So that it's not like I'm just saying, oh,
Man,
he just
Devin
run
would
away
beat the
with
shit
this.
out of Loma. Cut it out, bro. He beat the shit
I mean,
out
me
of
personally, I had it 7-5 Devin, and I watched it 3 times. I had it 7-5.
I had 7-5 too.
Salute. I had
Because
8-4 Loma, but
I'm not a fan of stealing the last minute, stealing the last 30 seconds, because there's 3 minutes in the round. And so if you're losing the first 2 minutes and then you come with a flurry and land a pretty combination, okay, that was 1 minute, 30 seconds in a 3-minute round. That's just me. Like I do the whole round. I break it up in sections: minute 1, minute 2, minute 3. If you win 2 minutes and then he gets the last minute, then oh boy won the round. I mean, unless you knock him down or something like that, then that's a horse of a different color. But
I was going to say, so what are you defining as winning it? I know, we're still talking about the criteria, but in those specific rounds with Loma and Devin, where it wasn't, I'm not going to say too much action, but they were more playing chess as far as like foot fainting, moving, getting in position, and then like how did you necessarily score that as far as that's when there's not like a lot of punches being thrown?
Devin had more control in most of the rounds. He controlled majority of the rounds by walking forward. Exactly.
But Loma, go ahead, Coach Amber. I'm sorry.
The effective aggression, the defense that was coming back, the ring generalship, the cleaner punches, and a lot of people don't know this. If there's ever a round that like you're like, damn, like I don't know, 10-10, the judge has the discretion of which style they prefer. Like they have that discretion. So like, okay, me, I'm from Texas. Let's say I was a judge. I did actually pass the test, but then when I realized everything it required, I was like, no. But me being from Texas, I like come forward. And so if I was judging a fight and I felt like it was dead even, well, which style do I prefer? Hell, even if it was somebody else, like, and it was like the 10-10 round that they didn't know who, they could literally flip a coin and be like, all right, bet, and just call it that way. A lot of people don't realize that. Those swing rounds, it's at the judge's discretion, and a lot of people don't realize that.
And it could be one punch, Coach Amber. It could just be one punch that they just remember and recall.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But I think that's the point.
I'm sorry, Loma lost, man. Loma lost the fight, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it, bro. He got his ass whooped.
There's nothing I can do. It's just the majority of the boxing world.
BoxRec begs to differ.
Yeah, the majority of the boxing world agrees with me. So, that's fine, Bullet.
Majority of the boxing world.
That's fine. I'll take that.
That don't mean nothing, bro. Got his ass whooped.
He got
Paulie's boxing world.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, I ain't even worried about Paulie Malignaggi.
Nah, because I already trolled him last week. Don't even bring up him. Don't bring up Paulie.
BoxRec said he won too. BoxRec.
So, said who won? Upper.
Shakur.
Oh no, we talking about Loma and right? Was we talking about this one?
No,
yeah, Loma and Devin.
BoxRec.
No, I believe Shakur ran. I believe Shakur won too. Excuse me.
BoxRec said Shakur won. BoxRec said Devin won.
Mm-hmm.
BoxRec said Kambosos won against Hughes. You know what that means? BoxRec is your record. It is the definitive end, and it says who won and who lost. Because we ain't seen nobody getting shit changed over except for turn to a no contest.
BoxRec isn't capping. BoxRec is recording history. Like that's what BoxRec is doing.
And guess what it does? Guess what it puts down? It puts down the truth. It no matter how it played out, it puts down the final results. Am I right, Coach Amber?
100.
Okay.
It
That's what
does, and frequent flyer, you know, I love you, bruh. I love you. I appreciate your consistency. As far as the wins and L, that's in the books. Now, box rec, as far as capping is height, weight, and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Like, cause box rec do be capping on height and how do you say the length of their stretch, their wingspan. There you go. They do be capping on their wingspan. They do be capping on their height. But the wins and losses, no, sir, they do not cap on that. That like it's written in history, sir.
Don't they leave it the same from when they enter boxing period? Like they never really adjust it. It's only on just weight as they move through divisions. They never change height, wingspans. It's weird. I don't know why they don't do that either. They don't remeasure them.
Yeah, they
because
have
they lazy.
When you first come in, that's what they keep you at. It just ain't changed. That's all.
I mean, that's not a bad strategy. List me at 5'8" and I'm 6'2". Go ahead.
I was about to say, what's the little Diego Corrales? He wasn't listed at like 6'1". He was listed at like 5'11" or something like that.
Well, I'm 5'4".
See,
So
that's dumb. That's dumb. I'd be like, list me shorter. List me shorter.
Didn't they have Regis listed at 5'8"?
I said, when Diego Corrales like 6'2"?
Yeah, 6'1".
But I was about to say he was close to my height. Like I met him. And I was like, dang, he kind of tall to be at 130. That's what I was saying to myself. Man, it was like skeleton.
What'd you say, Truth?
No, I was saying they said Regis was like 5'8", and they was like, ain't no way.
Right, yeah. Well, I'm 5'4", so please list me as 5'9".
Regis is about 5'7", 5'8", but Devin's about like, I'm gonna say like this: Bud is 5'7", 5'8", right? Devin is taller than Regis and Bud. I feel like Devin was still growing. I think Devin's about 5'10".
Okay,
like
they capping on Devin height then.
Yeah, Devin ain't as short as people think. He not no fucking 5'9". Because Ryan Garcia went against Tank, and they said Ryan was like 5'9", 5'10", and Tank looks bigger against Ryan than he does against Devin, and height wise. So yeah, they capping on Devin height. He ain't no fucking 5'9". Because as a matter of fact, I got the picture with him and Terrence Crawford standing neck to neck. Hell no. Nope. And y'all see the reach difference versus Regis? Y'all see how Regis could not get in within 4 inches of Devin. He would get da. Yeah. Nope. It's a wrap.
It was like it's 4 or 5 inch reach.
That shit look like a foot. Yeah, it looked like a fucking foot the way he did him.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off that boy. It wasn't even close.
So, can I ask
what's
a
up,
question?
Ray?
So when we look at that fight, right? Do we take away, like you were saying earlier, do we take away from Regis? And the reason why I say that is because Regis was he was a pretty decent fighter. I know Zorilla was on his bike too and caught him. But I mean, when we look at the Zepeda fights, he was always a brawler. You always got inside. Or do we just give credit to Devin for just basically keeping him honest and stinging him with those shots? Like, how do we really manifest that?
I'll speak on it, or Upper if you wanted to go first.
Rock out, bro. Rock out.
So what I end up, because hindsight's always 20/20. The Zorilla fight was a.
You cut out.
Truth, you cut out, King.
You went out, Truth.
Saw some of the things that even
Truth,
Devin,
you had cut out. Truth, rewinded a little bit. You cut out, King.
Okay, y'all, I'm good.
Yep, you good.
Okay. Yeah, the Zorilla fight was a sign to come because you can even see if you compare the two fights, there were certain things that Devin carried over that Zorilla had success with. Now, Zorilla, he isn't as skilled nor anything like that. Regis still had that, but you can see that was a sign to come. Like that wasn't just a disappointment or a letdown. This is a trend. This is my trajectory now in the back half of my career. I'm not saying he still can't get in there and, look good against, like, if they match him up good, but the top competition, I don't think Regis is, he's not there anymore.
So do you think that you don't think Devin brought anything from that Loma fight to that fight?
No, I actually think 100. He took 100% of what he took in Loma, because even then you'll see, like, and that's the thing I hate about Bullet and all these other Haney fans. Like, the Haneys are very, very grateful and respectful towards Loma in that fight. Like, they want to, Devin beat. The Haneys don't think that. The Haneys are like, man, this was a great lesson, and we're taking that into it, because I think that taught him those angles and how to better adjust to those southpaws. Because even in the post-fight interview, he was like, hey, yo, we just cut off his left hand. He ain't finna get that off. And Regis already ain't this great jabber anyway, so he already knew how to swivel and move. And if you notice, like, Devin was kind of light on his feet as well. He kind of learned a little bit to where he was kind of a little bit more shifty as far as his footwork. So I think that Loma fight really kind of opened up his eyes. And I say Bullet Gibson needs to clap his hands and thank Loma for turning Devin into the beast that he's finna be now.
True.
Go ahead, Devin.
Hey, let me respond.
Come on,
I'll let you respond. Let me go ahead and get my take real quick. Then you respond. I feel like the Loma fight, and see, you took my words out of my mouth right there. I always tell people, iron sharpens iron, right? And to become a better fighter, you have to fight better competition. To be great, you must fight the great, right? So Devin pushing himself against Loma was like a sand getting fought to the end of death and then rising back. His power goes up exponentially, right? Plus, Devin's in a new weight class where he can use more of his muscles, more of his power, stamina, speed. His muscles get a rejuvenating factor, a rejuvenating feel. Like he said, he don't understand. He stopped people in sparring and stuff, but he don't have no strength in the ring. I've already explained this to y'all yesterday and weeks before, and since y'all been on this channel, I've always preached the reason why your power is going as you lose weight. So now he gets to use more percentage of his muscles. His muscles are thanking him. They're responding. They're quicker. His quick twitch muscles are coming. They're quicker, and they're letting him be in position to throw from different angles. Like now, there's added a few different angles into his shots because he has the muscle strength and ain't have to worry about cramping up to do it. And see, boxing, whenever you fight, or get in a fight, or box, or do anything like that for at least 45 seconds, you'll have parts of your body that you didn't even know you had hurting. And I'm just being honest. You be like, damn, why the hell? What the hell is that hurting? But it happens. And I feel like Loma and the pressure he put on Devin and the way he forced Devin to react to that press game he's putting on him, that prepared Loma for the Regis Prograis fight. Because Regis Prograis, he's a different type of pressure. Yeah, he can come forward, but he's coming forward methodically. He doesn't know how to hop step. He doesn't know how to compete with you in the foot race division. You know, he knows how to get there, getting somebody that wants to rock them, sock them, roll bats, and bust them up. Your friend could have did that. She could have made the beans last night, and you could put them on a day. Yeah, because it's not prioritizing your workload. That's what that is right there. And I feel like a woman shouldn't even take care of a dude like that, especially you got kids. If you do that right there,
Right.
all you doing is enabling him and saying it's okay.
So do you do you think do you guys think that Regis deserves some blame for the performance that he put on with Devin Haney?
Most definitely.
Am I the only one that is blaming Regis Prograis?
Yes.
100%.
He deserves it. He the one that went out there and shitted that egg.
Yeah, that is true. What you hold on, let me see.
Before you do that, I blame his trainers more than I blame him. His trainer, like Rachel said, his trainers let him down. He didn't have no solid game plan. He didn't have no solid footing to go out there. It was like they went out there and tried to wing this shit. Like, you see this man fighting. Why are you trying to wing this shit? You had the blueprint. You had Cambosos. You had Loma. The damn Cambosos 1 and 2 could have told you what to do. Could have told you that you need to press and attack. But like I said, the trainers failed him. It was a payday for his team, not for him. But go ahead, let everybody do it, Key.
Okay, Bullet. What you got for me, King? Because Devin's your guy. But what do you say about Regis' performance?
One thing I would say is because I always like the Regis. I like Regis got good power punching and stuff like that, and Regis comes to fight for sure. You can blame Regis, but I think no matter if even if Regis was at his best, maybe he would have won a round, but he was going to lose regardless because of the things that Devin do. Like in terms of George Cambosa said this. I've been in the ring with taller guys than Devin. I've been in the ring with guys that seemed faster than Devin. But Devin Haney, his judge of distance, like when he made up in his mind that you're not gonna hit him, you're not gonna hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, of course, it's not like in a sense with Shakur. Like Shakur just jumped the hell up out of there. Devin Haney could be in front of you and do it just from his foot placement and the steps that he don't take. Sometimes he'll tap his foot to pretend like he's finna take a step. And all that just throws the fighter off and stuff like that. Devin Haney got a simple rock. And he's just more active than Shakur. He's going to throw punches. So, of course, Devin do get hit. But I think Devin made up in his mind that I'm going to stay in front of Regis. I know Regis is too slow. Like his hand speed and foot speed will be too slow. And I'm going to catch him off balance. And I'm going to catch him in the midst of thinking about countering. Devin Haney know how to counter your counter. You know what I'm saying? So I think no matter what Regis would have did, he would have lost that fight. Though I can say he did try to press the pace in the 8th round, the 9th round, I believe in the 10th round. Like he was like, and I seen that Regis was working on his defense because early on in the fight, when Devin threw certain combinations, he was blocking them. He blocked some of the punches. He made Devin miss a couple times. But then Devin was like, okay, I got your speed. Bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? Then he just started picking them apart because Regis don't know how to punch on the move. That's what I be saying. A lot of guys don't know how to actually punch while going forward and backward. Sometimes they can set you up, but they don't know how to anticipate. All right, I'm this close to you, so I'm going to let it go. Devin Haney know how to anticipate. I'm this close to you, so I'm going to let it go. Tank Davis know how to anticipate. You're this close to me, so I can let it go. You know what I'm saying? That I can say, I don't know, because when Regis did come forward, Devin Haney was stronger than he thought he was going to be as well. I think Regis, of course, was the harder puncher, but the physical strength of Devin, I believe, surprised him because there was times when Regis tried to bowl forward and Devin just pulled his head down. And this nigga, you know what I'm saying, like he was about to start running like a dog. Devin was just stronger than him. He was just physically stronger than him.
And I hate that I'm actually doing this, but to Bullet's point, when he's talking about like when Regis was doing all that upper body movement, but Regis has terrible feet. So he would do all this and then his feet would be out of position. But then when you contrast that with Devin, when Devin got out the way, boom, feet in position, fire, snap. Regis turned around, boom, hit him upside the head, and now he on the ground for some reason.
Which is what resulted in the flash knockdown because his feet weren't set.
Exactly. So Regis' feet was terrible that fight. Like so, but I mean, but Haney, I mean, anytime like
same way Zorilla dropped him. That's the same way Zorilla dropped his ass.
Yeah. But the way Haney was moving and how like Haney he was still within range, and that's the thing I hate about Haney because man, he's so gifted with them long arms, like. Regis got T-Rex.
Yeah, it's that reach, fam.
Man.
Him and Shakur got the same gauge of distance. It's just Devin got longer arms and he's not afraid to let his hands go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I don't want to sound like a fanboy or nothing, but I love the way Devin controls that fucking distance. No, if you're a boxer, you see the way that some bitch control that fucking distance, though. Like you could come forward, he gonna back up. You can go this way, he can go that way. When he's on
Facts. I wish I had long arms like that.
I don't think nobody can control distance better than that young man right there. When Devin's on his game, nigga, you could come with a team. You're not getting in that. And they learned that shit from Floyd and them. Like, that man, his distance control is bar none when he's on. And I sat there trying to figure, how would you get past that? You would have to use a triple punch or a double feint or something. It'd be so fucking hard to get past that, especially if it's spot on. And now it looks like it got a little bit more power to it. So with a little bit more power and his way that he keeps distance with his legs and his length, I'm gonna tell you like this: no shade, because the man is who he is. But if a fighter is not as long as Devin, he's not probably gonna beat him. He's not. Like, even if Tank goes up to 140 and fight Devin, he would have to get lucky with a shot. Because I feel like he'd keep Tank on the end of that stick the whole time.
You have to approach it. You have to approach it like Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
like,
but
slip and dip as you stepping.
I've seen control and I've seen crowd control.
Mike had the peekaboo though. That was scary. Yeah. That was scary. And that was different. That's different.
Hold on. Listen, Tank would have to sail all the way out to get in. And who knows what Tank get hit with coming in to get it. Now, if Tank can get past that and time it like he did Barrios, or catch him in that throwing one of his shots, then honestly, I feel like Devin, he catch Devin good one good time. He takes him one good time. That's going to fuck up the whole game plan. Because when a fighter like Devin gets hit, all that game plan shit out the window. A fighter reverts back to what he knew. So,
and that's the crazy part, because Tank's arms are shorter than Regis.
That's why I went and looked. Yes, Tank has a long reach than Regis. I fucked up.
That's wild.
Ray Davis. Oh, go ahead, Truth.
Oh no, go ahead.
Ray Davis, what you got to cook on, King, about that? Are we giving? Because I'm listening to what everybody got to say, and I'm gonna go last. So Ray, what you got, King?
I'm gonna do it on a measurement scale. I don't think Regis. I just think Regis was outclassed. I don't want to blame him because I think he did. I want to blame him to an extent of him going in thinking one way. But as far as being in the ring, I think his Devin just outclassed him. And I think if we were to take that same Regis and put it against, and I'm going to use this in a constituent matter of if he fought somebody of like the other competition of Devin, if he fought the fighters that they like their opponents, how would Regis do in that case? So if we do a measuring stick, I think Regis probably outboxes or beats some of these guys by KO. So.
Are you talking about between Shakur versus Ryan and
Yeah, like we took Devin's counterparts and we took their opponents and we put them in the ring with Regis. How do we measure that stick?
So you saying that Regis at Devin's fault? If we put them in the ring with the Ryan Garcia and Shakur, you said how would they fight?
Not Ryan and Shakur. Their opponents.
Like putting Regis against Cambosis and Linares and like them.
Right, like
so you said put him. You said put him in there against people that Devin already beat.
No, I did not. I didn't say that.
No, he talking about Tank opponents and Shakur opponents, right? Like Yoshino and Barrios at 140, and
okay. So you talking about
Edwin De Los Santos and shit like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Measuring stick.
Regis stopping them guys.
Yeah, Regis.
He's stopping them.
I think De Los Santos beats Regis.
Okay.
I don't think so. He got hurt by Rayo upper. He got his chin rocked by Rayo.
Hold on.
Guess what? He got his chin rocked by Rayo. He walked through it and destroyed Rayo, bro. Don't forget that.
What about Oscar?
They was exchanging. He caught him.
He was coming up in weight as well. He had just fought at 130. And, he was fighting at 130. He came up to fight El Rayo. Plus, Mario Barrios might beat Regis. Honestly, Mario Barrios, bro, that man wasn't no fucking joke.
What I'm saying,
not at 140. He didn't want to fight Regis at 140. He avoided him.
At 140 or 147, because that does make a difference.
140. Mario Barrios didn't want no smoke with Regis.
Are we talking about if they was to fight now or if they go back?
No. So, all right, I'm explaining. I think you're on the right path, but what I'm saying is, so we take like Oscar Duarte. Who did Josh Taylor as Tio fought him? Like as they fought these guys in the ring, right? Their current opponents. Who did Matias fight? This guy Chuck Khan or whatever, or however you say his name. Right. So if we took those guys and we put them in the ring with Regis.
He just fought against the IBF guy.
Yeah, it was Chuck Khan or something.
Yeah, what's your boy name? What's your boy name?
Ergashev?
Yes, Ergashev. I knew he had a weird name. I did say Shaka Khan. It sounded like it. But yeah, so we take them guys and we put them in the ring with Regis. How do they fare to Regis? Because we know how.
Ergashev beats them all. I think Ergashev 20-3. I mean 23-0, 20 knockouts, big punch. I think he can beat them all.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ergashev just quit against Matias
with the power shot, right? So now
Regis punch harder than Matias, though.
No, he don't.
You think Regis punch harder than Matias?
Yeah.
Shit, bullet.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Key. Let me say this. I'm talking about in singular punches, one punch power. Regis definitely has more one punch power than Matias. Matias mows you down, kind of like Earl Spence. Earl Spence got one punch power, but he mows you down with punch placement and stuff. Regis got singular one punch power more than Matias. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Coach Amber, what's your take on that?
Well, Josh Taylor did beat Regis, so Josh Taylor's in that group too.
Yeah, but he also, I saying that the time before Neo, and you know that was a really close fight. So
Regis versus Matias. I mean, unless they're gonna make it happen, I honestly don't care because I was having technical difficulties, so I had a couple points to get up. I mean, unless they're actually gonna make it happen. Then I'll talk about it.
Remember, Regis didn't want to fight Matias. Matias with that nigga face, he said, "I'll put you in the hospital." Regis ain't mentioned that name in 2 years after that.
Yeah, but we ain't talking about Matias. I'm just talking about the common opponent.
Yeah, he's talking about Ergashev.
I'm talking about common opponents. So they all are champions, or they are the feature fighters. Their opponents that were challenging them. How do we put Regis against them, and where do we? You know what I mean? Because that's how you could kind of measure it. I know it's not a triangle theory, but it's similar. But how can you measure how any of them beating Regis? So is Regis really that bad, or just Devin was really that good? That's how I'm measuring it.
I know a good fight for Devin, and it could be a good workout fight and a good measuring stick. Put Devin against Brandon Lee.
Good point, especially that Brandon Lee.
I feel like Devin is that good.
He don't deserve no shot at Devin.
But he's an up and down fighter. You know what I mean?
He's an all around fighter,
and he can do everything. Yup.
He's an all around fighter. He got decent power. He undefeated. I mean, he got a little crowd base in California. Matter of fact, he's from California too. And he has a California crowd base that pops up in his show, so Devin and him can have a California fight and sell out.
I don't think they're gonna give Devin credit for him because he got his shit rocked by what you call it.
Is he still a contender? I mean, a prospect? Is he like a 20-something prospect? He was.
Yeah, I thought he was like 24 or something.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a contender yet. That's the only question. I mean, you still got even what's his name? What's his name? Jermaine Ortiz. So that's another one.
I thought he was in the top 10 in the IBF. Hold on.
Nah, Jermaine Ortiz ain't messing with Devin.
I know was IBF ranked Brandon Lee.
Well, yeah, all of them got to see Subriel Matias. Richardson Hitchens is the closest to fighting Subriel Matias. But I think Richardson finna jump out that ranking though because the 10-pound rehydration clause. I don't think he like it.
Who don't?
Richardson Hitchens. I think he's trying to get up out of that one.
No, Richardson loves it. That's why he's fighting the IBF. That's what Bill. He can't.
Yeah, I know. I could have sworn I heard Dub, my boy Dub, right side said this last night that because he follows Richardson Hitchens too. He said that Richardson Hitchens said he didn't even know about the 10 pound rehydration clause. He's trying to get up out of there.
He's wrong, respectfully.
I could be mistaken. But the IBF, that clause is only for the IBF title.
I was just about to say.
I could be wrong. When it's in unifications, it's mute.
Yeah.
And for a lot of sanctioning bodies, they work like that.
That's why Earl Harrigan got another. That's why Earl Harrigan got another damn belt.
Facts. That's why he ain't fought the IBF man.
That's why Earl went for that one first, because they're the only ones that actually rules. The IBF is the only one that actually.
Coach, you're going in and out, Queen.
Okay. Let me see.
Yeah, you back good. I know what you were saying. The IBF is the only one that actually enforces their rules.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because the WBC is all the WBC.
Don't get me started on them.
Yeah, the WBA. For the U.S. government to get involved with the WBA and be like, you got to stop this nonsense. That says a lot. And then the IBF is most consistent. And then, the WBO is top rank.
Essentially.
Yeah. But that testaments why Earl Spence went for the IBF first, because that was the most consistent. Because he's like, if I can get that, they will force the mandatory, and then we can go from there. Although I think in unifications, I think they're lax on the 10-pound rehydration clause. But I'll research it. But I'm pretty sure, like in unifications, they kind of gloss over it. But other than that, they're the most consistent.
Yes, they are. But
hold on 1 second, Kings. Oh, go ahead and finish up, Brandon. After you, A1 want to get up in here. A1 is on to the welcome A1 to the panel, man. Shout out to you, bro.
What's up, A1? Yeah, I just wanted to touch up on just what Upper said, but Brandon Lee is only ranked in the WBC. He's like number 14 or something like that. So I mean, it'd be a good fight though overall, because I think they both bring about the similar skill and speed to the table. But the measurement, I still think Devin's arms are longer. He's going to be able to tattoo him on the outside if he can keep him there.
I feel you with that. A1 King, what you got to cook on?
What's good with it, y'all? No, I've been listening to y'all this whole time cooking, man. Putting this damn fireplace in and cutting up this wood. I had to stop real quick. Bullet was cooking earlier on Dev, and I agree with a lot of the points that Bullet had made. And I know the question was just asked, is Dev that good or was Regis that bad? So what I did since the night of that fight is I actually went back and watched about, I want to say probably 10 of Regis fights, the last 10 to be more exact. And Upper, and you know what I'm saying, former boxer, you can definitely step in and tell me if I'm wrong on this. Over 10 fight period, the last fight, a person is who they showing you they are, right? I would say 10 fights is a good enough sample to say that's who that person tendencies is, and mistakes or certain like little, everybody got their little nuance they do or patterns. You would say 10 fights is a good sample size, right?
Yep.
All right. So I was watching it and I'm like, Dad wasn't lying when he told Regis get some feet. Like my man's was out there, he was boxing this in quicksand or trying to box in quicksand. But the thing that showed that it's truly levels when it's truly levels to it when you as an elite boxer, brawler, pressure fighter, however you want to categorize it. And Dev is truly that good. And Regis, I would say at the same time, he stayed at 140 extremely too long. He went up against the perfect stylistic matchup or fighter that was all bad for him in every kind of way you can think of. I don't think there's a game plan alive or a scenario in a multiverse or any of that we could see Regis beating Dev, just because Dev is the fighter that does not deviate from the game plan. He had Regis hurt multiple occasions and could have literally turned it up and threw a nice little quick little multi-punch combo and probably got Regis up out of there. Or if he'd have threw the right hand a bit, or pressed the gas a little bit, he could have got Regis out of there. So instead, Dev was like, I'm not taking no chances, but at the same time, I'm not going to show y'all that I'm not taking a chance. I'm going to run. I'm sticking to the game plan, which is what? Taking advantage of every mistake that Regis did out there. And we could see it clear as day, the hooks, everything he was throwing, he was hitting that man at will. And it was like, is this a testament to Dev? They had the perfect game plan. He stuck to it. He's not going to deviate from the game plan. And Regis, I ain't gonna say he's that bad of a fighter because I said Regis was gonna win, but I wanted Dev to win just due to the fact of he has more upside to him and bigger fights can be made because he'll pursue those fights, whether it be 140, 147, catchweight with Tank, whatever the case may be. It's just he has more on the table available versus Regis. You know what I mean? Because people looking at Regis like nobody. There's a reason Regis is not that big of a marketable fighter, or he's not that big as a superstar, or his name is not mentioned in all these. You know what I'm saying? When you rating these and this and that, his name does not come up. You know what I mean? So it's like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, if Dev go in here and put on the kind of performance he does, what's gonna happen? His name is gonna boost his stock. His name is definitely gonna be out here. You're either gonna be saying he could have did more, or you're gonna have people on the other side of that coin saying Dev did exactly what he did, and he went in there and schooled that man from start to, you know what I'm saying, to start to finish, whatever the case may be, right? So it's like Dev is that good. Regis, at the same time, that's why even Regis kind of hinted at retirement without saying it. Like, you know, if your mind is even teetering at the thought of MMA, if your mind is teetering at the thought of like entertaining something else outside of getting your get back, like saying like, you know, I want a rematch, or like I'm gonna go fight, like it just seemed a little different. You know what I mean? It seemed way different. He gave Dev his props and saying he was a lot better, he's a lot quicker, he was sharper, he had power. It wasn't put you to sleep, but it was enough power where it's like, okay, I gotta respect that. And so that's Regis' fault, and a testament to the lack of skills that he have to be able to make any sort of adjustments whatsoever to even make it competitive. And so I just wanted to say shout out to Dev for that. But I don't know if I was too long-winded, confusing for the parts what I was saying, but that shit for me, he was that good and Regis was that bad that night.
There was a comment.
Bit of both. Go ahead, Truth.
Oh yeah, there was a comment that was made by Cash Crypto that I think we need to say this in the open air. After Loma exposed Dev, y'all needed Regis to make y'all believe again. Huh? Truer words have never been spoken on this YouTube.
Oh God, Cash, why you getting long? Why you getting Truth started, Cash?
Let me say this. After Devin just beat Loma ass, he said, "I'm not fighting another young guy like Shakur Stevenson." Hell no.
You're right. He's not fighting another young guy. You know, senior home continues.
Yeah, I admit, Lomachenko definitely older. He's an elite fighter. I always give him that credit. He just can't beat Devin. Sorry.
Well, he just did beat Devin. You know, the judges saw it differently.
I mean, he didn't. He didn't. He got his ass whooped.
Boxing history.
He got his ass whooped.
There are several robberies in boxing history, so you know, Loma's just had it.
Lomachenko.
So true.
And Lomachenko was considering
between 1 and 2 points. We can't consider robbery now. If it
exactly
goes way between 1 and 2 points, we can't say it's robbery now.
They considered Hagler Leonard too as a robbery.
I mean, like I said, it's decided by 1 or 2 rounds. You can't call it a robbery, like you know, because that shit can go either way. Now,
who was a Loma
person stole $1 from you,
popular
still a robbery.
It may not be the most popular opinion, but hey, you can't call robbery when it's between 2 points. Now, if it was like 10-2 or 9-3 or maybe even 8-4 and 8, then that's robbery.
Hey, who was a Loma fan?
Huh? True.
Can I chime in on that? Can I chime in on that?
What's up, Coach? Yes, what's going on, Coach?
Okay, good. It's not tripping. Close fights are not robberies because there are swing rounds. The definition of a robbery where it is lopsided and they just burn the scorecards. Like that is one thing that I can't stand about fans. Like if it is a close fight, like Devin Loma, that was a close fight. Yes, it was. And I mean, I had it 7-5. Okay, cool. Another judge could swing rounds. Could have had it the other direction. That's why you have multiple judges. And people got to realize watching it, first of all, watching it live, watching it on TV, and watching it ringside are different. Okay, whatever. However, if it's, 6-6, 7-5, close rounds, that is not the definition of a robbery. Please stop that. The definition of a robbery is where somebody mocks somebody and they just ignore the scorecards and give it to the other person. That is the definition of a robbery. Close fights are not robberies. I'm sorry. Your guy didn't win. I'm sorry that they saw it a different way. There's a reason that they put judges on each side of the ring. when they get on the ropes, one judge can see all the clean punches, but guess what? Those other three can't, which is why they put people on different sides. Like it's human error. That's all I got.
No, and salute to you, Coach Amber. I'm definitely going to take your expert opinion above everything else. And exactly what you said is correct. When some guy mops somebody and they just give the other guy the value, that's exactly what happened. But, salute to everybody.
Wait a minute, Truth. Look, Truth. Justice for Loma, huh, Truth? Justice for Loma.
Come on, we going riot tomorrow.
Hey, Truth. Before you cut A1 off, what A1 was trying to say is Devin Haney and Regis. I like Regis, but Devin Haney beat Regis' ass so bad he thinking about going to MMA. So all this trying to take credit away from Dev that you're doing because Loma got his ass whooped and you ain't even paid for the fight. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear none of that.
Boy, you got an act around, boy. I already know.
Hey, you gotta accept that, man. You're gonna have to go from true speech to lie speech, bro. Loma took that. Hey, that's Loma's fault, bro. If you think the fight is close and you take your foot off the gas because you want to coast, hey, that's your fault. If you know what I'm saying, you crash into a pole. That's what happened.
And that's
Lord,
3 fights in a row.
Salute to y'all opinion, though.
That's 3 fights in a row.
Do y'all better leave Loma alone. Y'all know Truth don't play about Loma now.
No, they already know. But hey, everybody, I'm not here to prove myself right. I'm just here to say what the truth is.
Hey, ask Loma how many bodies he caught over there in the war. I want to know. He was on the front line. He was out there doing his Rambo stuff. So we got to know.
Good God Almighty, A1.
Not on the front line.
Hey, Loma was out there with 250 cals on both sides.
Was he
the gun bigger than
infantry or was he an intel? I want to know infantile or infantry. I want to know.
No, Coach, he was on the front line. He had 250 cals on both ends. They bigger than he is, but he hold both of them like it's nothing.
Man, Lomachenko was in the mess hall sweeping the kitchen. Cut it out.
Y'all better leave Loma alone. Truth.
I live in Texas. I can buy the same gun he has and just got a 24-hour waiting period. I could literally buy the same gun he has. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was in Canada. He wasn't in Ukraine. He was in Canada taking those shots.
Hey,
I know
and
several people
crazy
in our own U.S. military that have that same story and are treated as war heroes. So I'm not going to speak.
Oh my God,
Coach, you know what's crazy? But his was prop. They was cap guns too. They wasn't even real. That's why he could hold them up.
They had the orange cap on them.
Hey, he had that Harlem Nights where he was like pow pow.
That's wild.
I can go to my local Army Navy store and get a better suit.
Oh my! Y'all just really coming at Loma. What Loma do to y'all? What did Loma do?
Hey, it's what the machine did for Loma, not him himself. So hey.
So Loma,
what did Loma do?
It's the machine. He got to blame the machine. They put him out there. He Ali and all this reincarnated. So hey, he got to deal with what come with that. You know what I mean?
The Matrix.
He did take
with great. Hey, yeah, he kneeled from the Matrix. Well, great power comes great responsibility, right?
Truth. Hey, yo, Truth. Look, watch this. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. How about that?
No, he came in with a pamper on, and when it came time for the wipey, he got slapped on the butt. That's what happened.
Yep, that crown turned into a tiara or whatever it's called.
Y'all going in on Loma. I'm sorry.
All I know is there was one fighter that had a panic attack in the ring, and it wasn't Loma.
That's not true. That never happened.
He must be talking about
I want you to play the video. I want you to play the video and then we can see what really happened because that definitely didn't happen.
What happened, Bullet? Describe it to me.
Who had a panic
attack? This is exactly what he trying to say, Devin. This is exactly what happened. Devin Haney was breathing hard. Bill was giving him water.
Why was he breathing?
Bill said, "All right, they're in a fight. True. Have you ever been in a fight? Hold on, you ever been in a fight, man?
I wasn't breathing hard when I was in one.
I don't think you've been in no real fight. You probably ran.
Was Devin breathing hard with Regis?
Huh?
Was Devin breathing hard with Regis?
Bro, yes, bro. It's a fight. I don't think you really been in no fight, True. You be talking like you ain't never get out there before.
I ain't been I think
you're right. I think you think we're taking stuff away from Loma. We're not taking his skill set away.
Bro.
We just saying he got his ass whipped.
I'm taking everything
Exactly.
Go ahead,
from his ass.
describe it
Stop
to
the
me,
cap.
bullet.
No, Loma's gifted. Loma's gifted. I still want to see him versus Tank. I would love to see that fight. Loma is.
I got
Yeah,
$5,000 on that fight. Tank gonna sleep that boy bad.
I
I
don't
want
know.
him
I
to.
think Tank
Oh
struggling with
God.
Let
people
him
his
show
size.
me and get
All
my
right, go ahead.
money's
I'm
worth.
done.
I want my money's worth. Let him show me.
Tank gonna have that boy out there twerking. He gonna be going to sleep.
Hey, I
Please, y'all. That's
promise.
enough,
If that,
y'all.
I'll be the
Please.
newest Gervonta Tank fan if he do. But show me
Hey,
that.
we might as
Y'all,
I
well
ain't gonna
mail
lie.
you
I don't know if Tank can
that
knock him
fan
out.
gear right
I don't
now.
know. I don't know if Tank knock Loma. I want to see it though. I don't
y'all,
want to just
please
sit here
just
and just
leave.
give Tank no wins.
Y'all, please leave Truth alone. Can we just
I
leave Loma
No,
alone,
no,
y'all?
no.
I would
It already know
love
what
to
it is with
see
Bullet.
Tank
I
knock out Loma. I would love to see that.
Oh
And
my
I would
God.
go in my pajamas and sleep very happy. But the man has to give me the fight that I want. I would love to see that. I would love to see it.
I agree. I'm with Coach Amber because that means the king was finally dethroned. Like, oh man, Loma ain't got it no more. So
he is a
Didn't he
queen,
just
not a
get his
king,
ass
bro.
whooped by
salute to Tank.
T.O.
He
and
got him
Dev?
out of there.
Shit crazy.
Hey, he is a queen, not a king. He got a tiara, not a crown, bro. He can't mustache. I know they similar.
I know that's what y'all Haney fans
And,
like.
and
Yo, man,
Truth, the
what
Hey,
crazy,
y'all call
that's
him?
the thing,
Hanos?
True. You can't
crazy
You
call me
talk
a
part,
about a
Haney
man that
fan.
got rings on his finger?
Truth,
Hanos? Ain't that what y'all say?
The
No,
crazy part is you
Yeah,
saying that
Big Hanos.
you saying he got robbed by Haney. Did he rob Ortiz?
No.
I mean,
Ortiz was not. Ortiz did good
Hold
in the
on, True.
beginning
Hold
of
on,
the
True.
fight. That's
You
all y'all
just
remember.
said we like Loma when you was on the platform talking about some our Loma trying to start a prayer off with Loma and shit. What the hell?
And you calling
You
them
talking crazy
Hanos,
now?
a man that got
Big
jewels in his
Hanos, yeah.
hand. But y'all like that.
what the hell
That's
is
a
a
comic
Haney?
book
Getting his
character. What are you
nails
talking about,
manicured
bro?
for a press conference.
That's a
You like
comic book
that.
character.
You condone
A1
that?
You
Hanos.
said hell's Loma, bro.
Hold on, wait a
Wait,
minute.
what?
What
Hold
the
on.
hell?
When A1,
Wait, did y'all
A1.
call him Lord Haney?
Wait
What
a
the
minute.
fuck?
So Hanos is
You got frequent
Hanos
fire
is
in your head, man.
that's frequent flyer made that up. That's the first person I ever heard
Yeah, Freako
use it.
made that
But
up, but I like it. Hanos. I'm calling him
yeah,
Hanos.
so you know the Avenger Thanos.
No,
So they call.
I know who Thanos is, but I'm confused. They're like, where the fuck all these nicknames is coming from, bro?
So it's Hanos, Lord Devin Haney, all hell Devin Haney, Davinos. I've heard Davinos now, and so
wow.
Truth has
Defender.
no, those are the fans. I call them the Avengers, the fans
No,
of
not
them.
Avengers. Defender.
Yeah, we got
Defenders.
We
Okay,
got
Defenders.
Hawkeye and
What the? What
So
in the
then
hell?
Loma is the prayer for Truth. I don't know. You know, when he leaves the segment, he'll say we're
This
all
nigga
gonna
say Lord
bow
and
our
Savior
heads.
Loma. This nigga
y'all
say our
call
Oh,
Lord and
Haney
Savior Loma.
Lord Haney.
I don't
Like,
want to hear
stop.
that
Y'all
shit,
think
man.
he Black
I don't want to
Jesus?
hear that.
He
When have
can't say
you ever
Black
heard
Jesus.
me?
He blacker than
No.
that.
When have you ever heard me call him Lord Haney? I say the young king, Big Hanos. You be
what
like
the
our
hell?
Lord and
Y'all
Savior
call him
Lomachenko.
Black Jesus. I've heard you say that.
When have you
Oh
ever
my
heard me say
god.
that?
According to this.
Say
When
Black
have you ever
Jesus.
heard me say that? I've never called him that. I say Big
All,
Hanos.
all y'all need a prayer. I ain't calling no
Let's
hell
say
no.
one. Our Loma, who is in 135,
Oh my God.
undisputed be thy name.
Wow.
Oh
Hey,
man.
I'm going back in the chat, man. I can't. I'm at a loss for words right now, bro.
Wait a
I
minute.
don't
Wait
know
a
if I
minute.
should
Let me
I
get
start.
your
just said
last
we
word,
needed a prayer.
A1.
Key, I don't know
A1,
if
let
I
me
should
get
start
your.
roasting or not. I'm
No,
like, nah.
don't roast.
I'm gonna
No,
let it
no,
be, man.
A1. Please give me your last words. A1, give me your last words, please.
And no, I appreciate y'all, man. This shit was entertaining. Like I said, I've been listening the whole time, man. I've been putting in this goddamn this wood fire stove and chopping some wood down. But I was like, let me take a break, man, because I heard Bullet cooking up some good stuff, man. That's a good point. So I hopped on quick. But I've been listening to y'all the whole time. I just couldn't be active in the comments, man. But it's been entertaining as hell. I heard up. He got up on somebody. He had to, you know what I'm saying, pull out some knowledge real quick. I didn't know Troop was up here leading, you know what I'm saying, worship and you know what I'm saying. That's Deacon Troop speaks, you know what I mean. I don't know, but nah, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. My basketball content dropping daily. See if any of y'all rocking with that, go check it out, man. But nah, I appreciate y'all letting me on and and keep rocking out, man. I love the energy y'all have on the panels. Thank God the dude that was going around that was flashing folks and stuff, he ain't made an appearance over here. So I mean, knock on wood, make sure he don't. But I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, A1. Shout out to you. Shout out to your beautiful family, your children. And yes, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to A1 page, y'all, with the basketball. Let's see. Let's go to Truth Speaks King. How you wanna? Dare I ask?
Hey,
Dare
A1,
I
A1 might have
ask?
just given me another name. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of
Oh,
like that. Deacon Truth.
oh
Deacon
my
Truth
God.
Speak. Oh, hey, we might have to throw that in the lab. I don't know yet. But no, salute to you. Salute to Upper, man, for letting me on, man. I'm just sitting here plugging away on the white man's clock. So you already know how that is. But other than that, man, yeah, we know Loma is now the king at 135 automatically. He's going to get this IBF, and then Tank going to duck him again. And then when Loma turns 50, that's when Tank will, send him an offer, and that's when we'll get the fight we want. But other than that, man, I had fun. And Bullet, Haney, where's nail polish?
I'm sorry, I ain't gonna laugh at that. I can't stand Truth. He always got to go out with a bang. He throw shade. He threw shade at me and you, Bullet. Bullet, I'm gonna let you respond since he came directly at you. What you got to say, King?
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see no nail polish, but I can't defend nothing like that. That's funny as hell. I was over here laughing when he said that shit running out. That was funny as fuck. I didn't see no nail polish though, but yeah, man, y'all already know it's all love, man. It be fun up here in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get up just to antagonize people on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I love the channel, man. It's boxing talk is getting fun, bro. And 2024, I'm looking forward to some big fights. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I also wanted to say that enough people haven't been talking about Amari Jones, man. That kid looked awesome. Man, that kid was looking good. Him and Shamar Canal, both of them boys, and DHP got some good prospects, man. Them boys putting in work. All them young guys, man. I like the way it's looking out there. So y'all boys stay tuned, and we all watch boxing faithfully.
Ready. Thank you, Bullet. God bless you and your family. I don't know if you work tonight, but have a good night at work, Bullet. Because I know you be putting in the hours. That's one hard-working man right there. Ray Davis,
Y'all
what
work
you got
every
for me?
night.
Okay, well, have a good night at work, King. Be safe.
All right, Mom.
Ray Davis, what you got for me, King?
I just want to appreciate everybody for having me on. Salute to Bullet, Truth, A1, Coach Amber. Always a blessing to hear you. You got that knowledge, and I like it. Not to mention Upper. Also, just to let you know, I did spend some time in the ring training, but I never went like any pro-ams or anything like that. I just did a little training. That's why I have a little bit of knowledge. But I just want to say thank you, especially to you, Key. I always appreciate you narrating and moderating the chats and giving everybody the microphones. It was a beautiful thing today. We talked good game, and I think we got a lot of questions answered, and we see the realism, and it explains a lot and how people feel. So on that note, I'm gonna drop off, and I just want to thank you for having me. And oh, by the way, this is definitely the best panel on YouTube right now. Love it. I'm out.
Shout out to you. Thank you, Ray Davis. Shout out to you, Blake. God bless you and your family. Ray Davis, a.k.a. the Calvin Klein model. Ray looks like a male model. Like, I swear, I think Ray needs a model. He has like the perfect face structure for that. Coach Amber, what you got for me, Queen? As always, it was a delight. What you got, girl?
I'm not gonna lie, I just lost my train of thought because my wife got home. But yeah. Eventually, I want to talk what a fan is because I know what upper means. But I agree. Like, I love this panel. Like, it's all clean. It's all like just bouncing ideas off of each other, and that's what I appreciate. Thank you to the panel for letting me voice my opinion and not being annihilated for it. And thank you to the chat.
Thank you, Coach Amber. We definitely appreciate you for coming up here. Yes, and don't get me wrong, like I continue to tell you guys, we all, what I'm saying, like our fighters. We love the sport of boxing. It does get heated. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, I can disagree with Bullet, Frequent, Truth. Lord knows I disagree with Truth today. Lord Jesus, Truth. And a couple of y'all, I can disagree with y'all. We can get heated, but at the end of the day, man, I can do that, but no outsiders. Like, this is a boxing family. We hold each other down. Anybody is welcomed up here to talk. I seen Jay Grant Jr. in the chat. The link was dropped, King. I still want you to get up here because I see the stuff you be saying. And I'm just interested in, just hearing your opinion, not just always in the comments, but I respect your opinion. But that's what it's all about, man. It's only entertainment. And like I continue to say, ain't none of these boys paying our bills unless you are one of those people that they that they pay on the side. So yeah, I don't take this stuff seriously at all. Shout out to Black Truth. Thank you for coming through. Bullet Gibson, Coach Amber. Uh, who else was up here? Ray Davis, A1 Hoop Zone. Shout out to y'all, man. Thank you to All Things as always. One of the first to be here, one of the last to leave, one of my 10 toes. D1, I see you in the building. I wanted to say hi to you when you first said hello, but somebody was speaking. I didn't want to interrupt. But shout out to you, D1. I hope you had a really good day at work, King. That whole boy, shout out to you for coming up here. Thank you. Um, I appreciate it. One thing that Coach Amber spoke on is we can talk about this all day, but we want the fights. I think I think it's time for us, honestly, to shift the focus from the fighters to these promoters. Because if Tank was to approach Bob and Bob say no, then Tank can get that Shakur fight. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's time for us to put the pressure on the promoters. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I think it's just that time. Like, I don't think none of these boys is afraid of each other. And my whole thing is, when it come to Devin and Tank, I don't give a damn if Devin keep him out all night. I want to see the fight. You feel me? I don't care anymore. I think it's time for us to start putting the pressure on these promoters. Forget these fighters, man. Put the pressure on the promoters. Bullet Gibson, always love. You already know. Let me see. Make sure I got everybody. Who else is in the building? I got All Things. Queen Ariana, shout out to you. D1, Black Truth, and Black. Since you want to end being petty, Tank knocks out Loma in 7. Shorty, how about that? Boom. Tank getting them up out of that. Period. You said, I don't know, Key. Some of these fighters be acting scary. No, I don't think so. To be honest with you, I think that it has a lot to do with money. Like, if I'm finna sell you my O, like Regis just did, you feel me? Let me get some money up out of that. Like, at least we know that Regis got paid. The guarantee was 1.5. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you gonna sell, let me sell. Like, that's why I understand why Ryan is making such a fuss about everything. Dude, you just got $30 million. You just got paid what Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, the two vets in the game, just got paid. Think about that, y'all. He just got paid what Jermell Charlo almost got paid to lose his O. Black all day. Shout out to you, King. Thank you for coming through. Like, do y'all realize that? Like, and y'all, you want to complain? If you Brian B. King Falcon, shout out to you, King, the king of the chat. How you doing, King? Like, come on, y'all. Like, you feel me? Ryan should be saying nothing. So my whole thing is with Regis Prograis is, was it worth it to go out like that and lose your O like that? Well, he didn't lose his O, technically. He already had lost, but dang, it was 1.5 million. Is that enough, y'all? I don't know. That's the question. I'm disappointed in Regis. Took the souls. Okay, bye, Frequent. Gosh, you and this Hanos. Anyways, thank you guys. Thank y'all for coming through, man. We're going to be back tomorrow. Put on a really good show. We got a lot to talk about. We got some up-and-coming fights. David Morrell fighting this weekend. We got Shadeja Green banging on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be a tough match. We got to debate that. We also got to talk about the Clarissa Shield calling out Rolly Romero. I really wanted to get to that today. First, Rolly saying he could take on EJ. Now Rolly did something to Clarissa. Now Clarissa want to fight him, y'all. So this is going to be a very interesting tomorrow. That's all we talking about. The boxing ratchetness. Y'all know me. I love the ratchetness. So shout out to y'all, man. God bless y'all families. Upper, thank you for allowing us. Thank you. God bless your family and your beautiful wife. I'm out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, man. Peace and blessings to all. Sorry, ran a little late. Things done happen real quick, but blessings to everybody. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow. And this is Upper Echelon, and we out.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hit us, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-pound rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody kill. I pop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple off Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em.